jump on your ear, goggles, bitches. It's time for some motherfucking pop goulash.
Holy shit, Aaron Neville's in the studio tonight.
Hello. My name's Carlos.
And I am Reuben.
And that was an Aaron Neville intro.
What's up, bitches?
We should find a way to put some reverb on that.
Oh, I can put reverb on that.
Oh, I mean, that was some great reverb on that intro,
That was
man.
some fucking badass reverb, bitch. So, what's been going on, dude?
I've been doing really well. I've been doing really, really well. I appreciate you asking. Can we get a little bit more volume up here?
A little bit more in the kicks in your ears.
That's perfect.
Put that in your ears. God, stop coughing in my fucking
Excuse me.
So what's going on, dude? So how you been? What's been kicking in the life of Carlos?
So, should we talk about our conversation earlier?
We'll talk about that a little later. I want to hear about you. What's been going on with you, son?
I have been I cleaned my room today.
What are you, 14?
It was getting kind of out of hand.
It always gets out of hand, son.
Yeah, but I did. I took the time to do it, and it looks really, really nice.
Finally got your big boy room.
Finally got my big boy room. Very comfortable. My place of zen, if you will. I don't use a vibrator.
No, that's more like. I don't know what they sound like.
I don't either. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, maybe I do.
They all have different sounds.
Right.
I don't know how we got on vibrators. That's what she said. So,
no, you get off on vibrators.
Yeah.
Or with them.
Both.
Anyway.
Both.
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
I've been doing a lot of work, of course.
Yeah, busy.
Spring break this last week with all the kids.
Yeah, what'd you guys do? Anything good? Did you go back to the Dells again? Or?
No, didn't do that. We just kind of took a staycation.
Nice.
You know, went to the mall, went to Golden Corral.
Oh, dude.
The kids love it, man.
Oh, man.
Whatever.
I suppose
CC's Pizza.
Dude, they just opened up one of them bitches by us. Just so folks
You've
out
been
there,
right?
Oh, I've been to a CC's before. Come on, dude. If they don't have a CC's Pizza by you, it is a all-you-can-eat pizza buffet, and it's like $5 at the door.
Yeah, it's crazy cheap.
And they have and I have not sampled it because it looked fucking just wretched. Do you know which one I'm going to talk about?
Which one? Buffalo chicken?
No. Buffalo chicken pizza is delicious.
Which one?
The macaroni and cheese pizza. That's an abomination. That's an affront towards God.
Apparently, it's good enough for kids.
Oh, fuck that.
My middle child always gets it every time.
Ugh. Dude, that's why Jesus died on the cross.
They have amazing cinnamon rolls, though. They're pretty good.
Really?
Yeah.
Aren't they Cinnabon?
Cinnabon is the best.
Dude. With that, like, jizzy ice cream or jizzy icing on the top.
But they give you like a half-pound cinnamon roll every time.
I know. And it feels like you ate a 5-pound cinnamon roll after you get done eating it.
It definitely does.
Yeah.
So we did that this week, and interestingly enough, we talked about this last time. Impractical Jokers had a marathon going on.
Yeah.
Today.
You finally watched it?
So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give this a try. I don't know how long it's been going on.
I think they're in their 8th season.
Okay. So I may have watched it.
Move your phone.
I may have watched it like that was a lot more aggressive than I intended.
Fucking, I'm going to slam my phone and break it just to spite you, bastard.
So 8
Do you
years
have
ago.
no case on your phone?
No, I don't.
Brave soul, son.
Yeah. Anyway.
Especially on a concrete floor, like right next to you with no.
It works great. You want to drop it?
Oh, no. Don't do that. I don't want to be responsible.
So I probably watched it 8 years ago, 32 years old. I'm watching it now as a 40-year-old.
Shit's hilarious, isn't it?
It was the funniest shit I'd seen in a long time.
Yeah, dude.
Some of the awkward situations that they put each other in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Is like, I want to do that.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
Just to be able to do that and like.
Well, Q, who's on the show.
There's Q, there's Murr.
Sal.
And
Joe Gatto. But Q is on a podcast I follow called Tell 'em Steve Dave.
Oh.
And so I've been listening to Tell 'em Steve Dave for like almost 10 years now.
Really?
Yeah, and it's
they've been going that long.
Yeah. It's part of the Kevin Smith podcast family. It's
once a week?
Yeah, well, they've been rather infrequent lately, but I think that's just because they're all doing things. But it's a couple of the guys from Comic Book Men, Walt and Brian from Comic Book Men.
Okay.
Have you seen Mallrats?
I have, yeah.
Okay, you know the one scene where they're like, Jason Lee's character is like pissed off because there's such a huge line at the comic book store.
Yeah.
And they're like, "What's going on?" And he's like, "These two motherfuckers won't let me in the store." And like the one tall, lanky guy is like, "Blah blah blah," and the shorter guy's like, "Yeah, tell him, Steve Dave." That's Brian and Walt from Tell 'em Steve Dave and Comic Book Men.
Crazy.
Yeah, they were.
So they had like a cameo in that.
Oh, they've been in a bunch of the movies. Like they're all friends with Kevin.
Are they in Clerks?
Walt is. Brian is not, because Brian and Kevin Smith had a falling out for about a year and a half while they made
Dogma?
Clerks. They were in Dogma.
Okay, and you just said Mallrats.
Mm-hmm. I think they were in Chasing Amy as well.
Chasing Amy, yeah, I was going to say that.
But yeah, they've been in most of their films. Like they didn't go to high school together, but they were all pals at the same time. You know, when just after high school and stuff like that. So
my first introduction into Clerks was at Hollywood Video. Do you remember that store?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hollywood Video.
They had Blockbuster,
Hollywood
Video.
Yeah, because Hollywood was owned by Disney.
Yeah, Family Video. There's actually a few Family Videos still.
Yeah, there's one on 59 on the way up here.
So
Family Video has a porno room, if I'm not mistaken.
I think the same curtain up.
I think so, yeah. The beaded
must be
curtain.
21 or it must be 18.
18 enter, yeah.
So anyway, my first introduction to Clerks was Hollywood Video used to have a cult classic section.
Yeah.
And Clerks was one of the VHS tapes up there. Amazing movie, man.
The first time I ever saw it, it came out in 94. I want to say that I saw it in 95. I was in a play in high school, and the guy that was the writer-director of the play was a one-act play.
I've done those.
Yeah, and he was a huge movie buff, like insane movie buff. Like that's where I got a lot of my, my passion for movies was watching with this dude. Like he was like a Laserdisc guy, and I remember
some of the younger people.
So a Laserdisc is like a record, people, because I can say record now because kids know what records are.
But DVD, that's a record.
Yeah, it was a DVD the size of an LP, and you had to literally flip it over, unless you had a fancy Laserdisc player that played both sides.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So it
was a short-lived.
Yeah. Oh no! Laserdisc went back to the 70s, sir.
What?
Yeah.
No way, that's impossible.
No, it's not. It's not, actually.
You're saying they had that technology all the way back in the 70s?
Yeah. It was just way fucking expensive.
Oh, okay.
Hold on one second. Let me ask Google, because Siri is worthless.
Sure.
Hey, Google.
Hey, Google.
Okay, Google. When was the first Laserdisc put out for commercial sale? Laserdisc. On December 15th, 1978, the Laserdisc was put out on the market in Atlanta. Yeah, dude. 40 years ago.
I remember being in a Bergner's store. You remember Bergner's?
Yeah, it ended up being Carson Pierce Scott.
Yep.
Which became Macy's.
Down in Peoria. And they had a entertainment section.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a big Laserdisc display set up.
Yeah. Steve from Kiss the Sky has like several boxes of Laserdiscs that you can go through and purchase. He's got the original.
Does anybody even own a Laserdisc player anymore?
You know what?
It's so inconvenient, isn't it?
Yeah, but you know what it is? It's a collector's market thing.
Maybe it'll come back like vinyl did.
Yeah, and I guess from what I've heard, some people actually prefer the Laserdisc format over the DVD format because the compression rate isn't as great. But it's a collector's market.
Right.
Dude, Steve's got the original Batman the 1989 Michael Keaton Batman on Laserdisc at the store, and I keep meaning to ask him how much he wants for it.
That's when Danny DeVito was the Penguin.
That was Batman Returns. This was Jack Nicholson as the Joker.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so...
Good Joker.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Heath Ledger trumped it, though. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, they were two totally different Jokers, but, dude, Heath Ledger nailed it. So, but yeah, so I remember driving, like, we were right after rehearsal, and we drove up to the Spring Hill Mall in Elgin to go to some store that, like, would order a Laserdisc for you. And he got a copy of Clerks, and he got a copy of, dude, phone.
I'm looking something up, man.
Okay.
It's far away from the
but
wiring.
These wirings are sensitive. I need to get thicker wires.
That's what she said.
Unfortunately.
What I was looking up was Ben McKenzie in Gotham.
Oh, okay.
He plays a good Joker, too.
Yeah. But no, he got that in one of the, not Ang Lee. Who was the director that did, like, oh, fuck. He did all those Chow Yun-Fat movies. God damn it, I'm an asshole. Can't remember this shit.
You mean like
Hard-Boiled.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon?
Yeah. It's different director. It was
so it wasn't Ang Lee.
No, it wasn't Ang Lee. No. Or was it? Hold on, let me see here. Hard-Boiled. Here we go. 1992, Hard-Boiled. John Woo. It was before John Woo came to the United States. He directed, like, one of the Mission Impossible movies. He directed a bunch of shit.
Okay.
But John Woo was primarily known for his, like, choreographed gunfights. Like, watch Hard Boiled and The Killer. Both of those are movies made in Hong Kong, I think. And, dude, the gunplay in those are, like, a work of art. It's like watching ballet with guns. It's amazing.
That sounds really cool.
So he went out and bought two of these movies. He had pre-ordered them or had to have them imported or some shit, but he finally got his hands on them. And that's when I saw Clerks for the first time. I saw Clerks and Mallrats right around the same time.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was pretty dope. But I saw Clerks with the original ending where they kill Dante at the end. Where the original ending when it was first filmed had they were closing up shop. Randall leaves. The store gets robbed. Dante gets shot and killed at the end. And after Miramax bought it, they were like, "That's too bleak of an ending. Let's reshoot the last scene."
Set up a.
And it wasn't even it wasn't even necessary to, like, set up a universe that Kevin Smith had started, but it was it was just too bleak of an ending for such a good movie that it was.
So here's a good question: when you saw Clerks for the very first time,
yeah.
Who was your favorite character? Was it Jay or Silent Bob?
Randall.
Randall?
Yeah, dude, Randall had all the best lines. Like, I like Jay and Silent Bob. All right, but...
That was weird.
What?
I thought I just saw somebody peek their head around the corner.
Yeah, probably. It wouldn't surprise me. There's probably a spook in this basement somewhere.
Some ghost.
Right. But no, like, I didn't really care for Jay and Silent Bob in Clerks.
I'm saying of those two, though. So you like Randall, but between those two. Or were they just accessories to the movie?
They were an accessory to the movie, really, because they really didn't, like, add anything to the movie. You could take Jay and Silent Bob out, with the exception of that last scene where Silent Bob, like, drops some knowledge.
Right.
And, like...
He doesn't speak the whole movie, and then he just drops knowledge on the very end.
There's a million fine-looking women out there in the world. Not all of them will bring you lasagna at work. But, like... they were scumbags. Like, they were not the kind of people. And if I ever get a chance to get to one of those Kevin Smith, like, Q&A shows that he does, that's the question I've never heard him answer. Because if you see him in Clerks, you wouldn't want to hang out with either of those guys. They're kind of scumbags. But when you see him in Mallrats, they're laughable. Like,
they're fun.
They're fun. They're
Same
just,
thing in Dogma.
Yeah. Well, from Mallrats on.
Yeah.
I mean, even in
Chasing Amy?
Chasing Amy to an extent. I mean, they were still kind of scumbags in Chasing Amy. But, like, for the rest of the movies, they've all been, like, the ever so hapless ne'er-do-wells, Kind
of like Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. and I'm a big fan of I'm a huge Kevin Smith fan. That's the reason I started this podcast, is because I was inspired by him to do this, you know? So, but yeah, it's crazy though, dude. Like, just, it's nuts.
So I was walking, I was at this bookstore. They have a big music section. And I don't get it. There's, looking at all the vinyls, and they sell these record players, but they're not, like, they're record players, but they have, like, speakers built into it.
Yeah.
It's like digital.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Well, it's not a digital speaker. I mean, you're still getting analog out of it.
Yeah, but it's not like having it hooked up to
it's not
a stereo system.
Yeah, it's not like being hooked into like a rack unit or anything. But,
right.
I mean, you're still getting the vinyl. It's still going to sound, you know, it's not going to be digital. It's not going to be compressed. You're still getting the analog sound. It's just
not good of a sound.
Well, dude,
it's
like when we were growing up and they had like those. My first stereo had a DVD, had a CD changer, and
tape player,
a tape player, and a record player on it. Or no, it was just a tape player and a record player. I don't think there was a CD player on it yet. And that was like the shit, you know. But
it just seems very novelty.
Yeah,
like kind of a knockoff.
Well, I mean,
because it really, I mean, the record player that they sell that I saw is like basically a briefcase that opens up.
Yeah.
And you've got little speakers on the front.
Yeah, but
so you're not going to get really a full sound out of it.
No. But with those, you can actually buy external speakers and plug them into them as well.
Okay.
So it's not like you're just going to get this box with some shitty speakers in it. Because you got to think, man, you get some like Kendrick Lamar on vinyl and you're going to bump it. Like it's going to like vibrate so much it's going to skip the record.
Yeah.
You know?
So the way I used to have it set up is you get your record player, and then you've got the
tuner, or the amplifier,
and then you get your speakers.
Yeah,
bump some shit.
Whenever I get my shit set back up again, I've got my record player out there, but I've also got it connected to a 5 DVD changer that I got. I don't even know. I think I got it from Jonesy. It's like a 5-disc DVD player.
Do you remember the first vinyl you ever listened to on record player? I do.
I would either say it was probably Disney's Going Quackers or this Superman vinyl my grandmother got me when I was like 4.
Okay. So mine would have been, by the way, you've got a graveyard of June bugs.
No, they're box elder bugs.
Box elder. Okay.
Yeah, we got Orkin coming soon to eradicate these bastards because I'm tired of dealing with. I mean, they're crawling all over the place.
It adds to the ambiance.
Dude, I'm just glad that they're not like
on the table.
Well, I mean, they'll be on the table,
right?
But I'm just glad that they're not like disease carrying or just. It's just a major fucking inconvenience that these stupid ass bugs are everywhere, and it's just seriously, it's like the fucking box elder Holocaust down here. It looks like I've slaughtered 1 million fireflies.
So the first record
I'm sitting here smashing them with a hammer recently.
First record I ever listened to on vinyl was Bill Cosby album. My brother, I forget the name of
my brother Russell, with whom I slept.
Yep.
Because I gave him some special drink and he passed out and I took him to bing.
To get the pudding pops.
Was that the one where he talked about going to the movie theater?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's one of the best comedy bits ever.
Great storyteller.
They fell asleep in the movie theater.
not that good of a human, but
no,
storyteller.
He's a garbage human,
But first musical album I ever heard was Billy Joe Piano Man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I couldn't tell you the first actual music, good music record that I listened to, because it was I went from Disney albums to Jan and Dean on cassette, and then all of a sudden I had vinyl,
right.
And my first 2 vinyl I ever had that were mine. What? No. Now that I think about it, I had a 45. I had 2 45s. One of them...
Those are the smaller ones.
Yeah, with the big hole in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I had one of Joan Jett and the Blackhearts from the movie Light of Day.
Oh, wow.
The one that she did with Michael J. Fox. And it was the song Light of Day. It was the title track for the movie. And on the B-side was Roadrunner. If I'm not mistaken, I think both songs were written by Bruce Springsteen.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I had Madonna's La Isla Bonita. I think
Those were the 245s you owned?
Yeah, they were the first 245s I recall owning, and we got them at Zare. Do you remember Zare?
That was on Lake Street, wasn't it?
Galena, right
Galena.
where the
Hobby Lobby is?
yeah, kind of right where Hobby Lobby is.
Okay.
Which used to be an Omni,
Right.
which was an offshoot of Dominic's.
Used to be a movie theater, too,
It
didn't it?
was. Well, they leveled the movie theater.
Okay.
That was where I saw my first R-rated movie by myself. I also saw Superman 3 in that movie theater. I saw the first Batman movie in that theater. I lost my virginity in that theater.
No, come on.
No, I didn't lose my virginity in that theater.
Probably did a lot of things in that theater.
I did not, dude. That theater was torn down when I was a sophomore in high school, I want to say. Sophomore.
Shady. Was it like one screen?
No, it was a two-screen theater. But I saw a Total Recall there by myself. It was like, what, 91, 90, something like that. Get your ass to Mars.
That's the three-titted woman.
Yeah, buddy.
Yep.
Dude, I saw Encino Man in that theater.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, buddy. So,
There was an article on GQ on him.
on Pauly Shore?
No, not Pauly Shore. Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser? Yeah. I saw that
Really
come
good.
across. About how, like, something happened and he got shut out of Hollywood for some reason.
Pretty much, yeah.
Really? Like, what was it?
I can't tell you.
Why?
Because I don't remember.
Oh, well, okay.
I just remember reading.
I thought you were like, I can't tell you why, because fuck you, read the article. That's why.
There were segments of it that was sort of explaining. He what I read. He took a step back as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of a
Mutual
2-in-1
thing.
type deal. But he's much happier.
Yeah. Well,
And
I
he's
heard
also he's still doing movies here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But I know he's coming back to do a major movie at some point soon.
Yeah, I heard that he's poised to make a comeback.
Of course,
dude,
he looks way different.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, he's older. He's put on some weight, and
Yeah.
But dude, he was in like some of the three highest grossing movies of the early 2000s. The Mummy series. Yeah, he was huge. Interesting story.
Encino Man, of course.
Yeah. What was the one that he did with Heather Graham, where he lived underground in a bomb shelter?
Oh,
with Christopher
that's right.
Walken.
He comes up after like 50 years.
Well, not 50.
Not
but
50, but yeah.
Yeah, he lived
After it's safe for Fallout.
Yeah. And he comes out and he's like culture shocked. So basically Encino Man, but different.
Same setup. I remember that, man. He really good movies. He always was.
Wasn't Sean Astin in Encino Man?
Is that the kid from Lord
Goonies
of the Rings?
in Lord of the Rings? Yeah. He was the other kid. He was the not Pauly Shore kid.
It's funny how much, like, in the 90s and the 2000s.
How much everything blends together.
Well, how much you didn't even really. You knew who Brendan Fraser was, kind of.
Right.
It was a Pauly Shore movie.
Dude, it fucking was. It was Sean Astin. Well, that was Brendan Fraser's, like, first breakout role.
It's when he had, like, long curly hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had, like, Eddie Vedder hair.
Right. He did kind of look like Eddie Vedder. And Pauly Shore had his hair, too, actually.
Yeah, 1992. Oh, Megan Ward. I thought it was Alicia Silverstone that was in that.
I think Pauly Shore has been, like, relegated to just doing stand-up lately.
Yeah, well, I think that's kind of all he wants to do. He had a pretty decent interview on Joe Rogan over the summer. What was the other one? Back in Time, I think it was called.
And that whole buddy spiel was all shtick. Right?
Oh, yeah. That was like a
stoner.
Yeah.
You know what? They were in Biodome together, too.
Who?
Right? Brendan Fraser and...
No,
Pauly
that
Shore?
was one of the Baldwins.
Really?
Yeah, it was a Baldwin.
Not Alec, of course.
No. It was Stephen Baldwin, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. Why do I remember this? Yeah, dude, he's been consistently working. Yeah, because he did Journey to the Center of the Earth and... Oh, God.
So, following that same sort of professional arc, do you think Ernest from the Ernest series is doing stand-up right now?
No, he's dead.
Is he really?
Yeah. Yeah, Jim Neighbors, not Jim Neighbors.
I watched all those movies.
Oh, yeah, no, he's fucking dead. No, he died, God, a few years ago. He died of lung cancer. Blast from the Past, that's the one he did with Alicia Silverstone.
That's what it is. That was a good movie.
Ernest Goes to Camp. Let's see.
Yeah.
Jim Varney. Yeah, Jim Varney died in 2000. He died almost 20 years ago. Because, yeah, he died of lung cancer. He was a chain smoker.
There was something so nostalgic about those types of movies, though.
Yeah, they're dumb.
Well,
but
they're
if you watch
dumb,
them,
but they're from that coming of age.
yeah.
Like,
Well, some of them were. Like I remember watching the Ernest TV show. Hey Vern, it's me, Ernest.
yeah.
Like that Saturday morning show that he did. It was no Pee-wee's Playhouse, but it was good.
No, Pee-wee's Playhouse was the shit.
Right. Know what I mean, Vern?
So,
because he started off like doing commercials like locally, and then I want to say he got the ad campaign for 7-Up, and that's what blew him up. He was like, "Hey Vern," and then he would like do his whole thing,
right,
and then be like, "Know what I mean, Vern?" And then like Vern would slam the window shut on him, but you never saw Vern. Vern was like, "You were Vern,"
or the neighbor from Tool Time.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, Wilson.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's yeah. But Jim Varney died, man. That was crazy when he died because he did the Beverly Hillbillies. He played Jed Clampett.
What?
Yeah.
You mean in like a remake?
Yeah, they did the Beverly
I was
Hillbillies.
gonna say, I definitely don't picture him in the old.
No, yeah, they
original.
they did a movie about the Beverly. They did a Beverly Hillbillies movie with.
I do remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good movie. Actually, I think they may have done 2. I don't think they. I think they just did 1. I think they only did 1.
Anyway, I kind of missed that whole era of time. Those types of movies, Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah.
Having to record your favorite show once a week on VCR, hoping it would record.
Yeah.
On timer.
Hopefully, like the president didn't come on and fuck up all the recording times.
It wasn't so tying this all into vinyl and CDs. It's like it wasn't so accessible.
Yeah.
You know, a CD or a DVD is more like a one of those Keurig coffee makers.
Mm-hmm.
You press a button, it's right there, it's instant.
Right.
A vinyl, it's a process. It's like going through making coffee through a French roast or
French press.
Right.
Yeah, there's a process to it.
There's a whole methodology to it.
Or even like pulling a shot of espresso. Totally.
Right. So.
Yeah, because you got to get the vinyl out. You got to smell it. You have to smell the vinyl. If you don't smell the vinyl, fuck you.
You have to smell the vinyl. You have to look at the artwork.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes there's even art on the vinyl.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've got a couple pictures. I don't have any picture discs. Do I? I may have 1 picture disc, maybe 2.
Right.
But, like, you've got, like, and then they're doing crazy shit with vinyl nowadays where there's holograms on the vinyl. Yeah, dude.
What do you mean, like you can see 3-dimensionally?
No. Like, Jack White did it on his Lazaretto album. There's something that's in it, like some reflective surface or something in the vinyl. You put it on the platter and it'll spin. And it'll, like, there's, like, shit that rotates. Like, on, I want to say on the vinyl for the Star Wars Force Awakens, you put your vinyl on the platter and it'll spin, and there are 2 TIE fighters.
That's awesome.
That rotate.
That's cool.
In 3-dimension.
That's cool.
Yeah. Because they figured out how to do it with the spin of the record, the rotation of the vinyl, where they could get it so that it's perfectly like, yeah, it's pretty sweet.
So I noticed there's 2 remakes coming out.
Ugh.
From TV. Well, TV would be Roseanne.
That started last week.
Yeah, have you seen any of it? I have not.
I think there's only 1 episode out.
Thank you.
Galaxy Hero.
Did you ever watch that at all?
Yeah. God.
I watched it every week.
Dude, you did not grow up working class in the...
Galaxy Hero Revolution.
You did not grow up working class in the 80s and 90s without watching Roseanne. Yeah, I was I wouldn't say that I was a huge fan. We definitely watched it.
We watched it every week.
I think there was like 2, like the last 3 seasons or something I never watched because I was working. But yeah, we watched it religiously.
So they're doing a remake. Dan looks so much older. Of course.
Well, yeah, they all do. But the ratings went through the roof.
For the remake?
Well, it's not a remake. It's a continuation.
Oh, a continuation. You know what I mean. Though.
Yeah.
It's like Fuller House.
Yeah, basically. But they've already, like, just on the success of the first episode.
Minus Stephanie's tits.
Oh, Stephanie. Dude, they are quite luscious, dude.
Yes, they are.
But they've already ordered season 2.
Cheers, by the way.
Salute. They've already ordered season 2 of Roseanne off the success of the very first episode.
Wow.
Yeah. But we all knew that was going to happen.
So I was listening to an interview with Roseanne and...
she's a crazy fucking Trump supporter.
Dan, she is.
Oh, nuts.
And he asked her about that, with the continuation of it because they.
I heard
part of it.
she wants to really bash Hillary a lot, which is like,
right.
dude, the horse is already dead. Why do you keep? You're just like Trump. Like, why do you keep bringing her
trying
up?
to revive Bernie.
Yeah,
horse is dead.
It's like, why do you keep bringing it up? Like, the horse is dead. Like, you won. Get the fuck over it.
Yeah.
Like, fucking lead. Do something.
So the idea behind this continuation is how basically big politics affects blue collar families,
Right.
And how that plays out, and you have differences within the family, and
yeah, because I want to say what Darlene's probably very, very liberal. I'm sure.
Yeah, and we got a at least he committed to at least 2 episodes.
Johnny Galecki,
Darlene's boyfriend, right?
I thought he was coming back because Big Bang is. I think this is the last season of Big Bang.
Okay, last time I read it was just 2 episodes.
Yeah, as far as I know, they're only doing 2 seasons. This is the last season of Big Bang.
So did you see? You haven't seen any of it yet?
I have not. No, and this is why I wish Dana was here because I'm sure Dana's watched it. She was super stoked for it.
I hope they don't do the whole thing where they're introducing new characters or as kids or anything like that.
From what I've heard, they did. Like my friend Janet on Facebook, she's like, "Oh yeah, I tried to watch it, but they introduced too many new characters."
They should do like a cameo of the original DJ from the pilot.
That's what I said, man.
Like he knocks on the door and he's selling something.
Right? Like, who are you? And they need to have both Beckys on.
Both Beckys,
dude.
For sure. Yeah.
Sarah Chalke.
First Becky was the best, dude.
Dude, second Becky.
Well, she's on Scrubs, right?
No,
Sarah
Scrubs
Chalke?
is done, dude.
No, I know, but she was on.
She was on Scrubs, yes. Yeah, Sarah Chalke. Oh, Sarah Chalke, so sweet.
So that's the first continuation.
Yes.
Second one that I saw was just an ad, but I was so excited for it. They're going to do a remake of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yes. Yeah, I posted that on our page. It wasn't a remake. It's a third movie.
Wow.
So, and it's, because I posted that on the Facebook page today.
So I showed the original to my sons.
Oh, really?
And watched it.
What'd they think?
It.
Nice.
You could tell like the graphics are what they were back then.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was 89 and 91.
Imagine how good it's going to look now.
Yeah, dude.
It's going to be awesome.
The only bad thing is George Carlin's not going to be in it as Rufus.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're going to do now that Rufus is gone.
So here's a good question then. Who would be a good replacement for him?
Who would be a good replacement Rufus? Lewis Black.
Lewis Black, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually.
Because I kind of, their comedy is very similar in tone. Like, they're both very intelligent, but...
It's that sarcastic, dry humor.
Yeah, but Lewis tends to get a little angry with it. Like, I never took, Carlin was angry, but he wasn't, like, raging angry. He was like, I'm going to undermine you. Angry,
Right.
But yeah, that'd be a good... I think Lewis Black would be interesting, but I don't know how they would fit all 3 of them in the phone booth.
Right. Or even if people, like, if you ask my son, what is this that they're in, he'd be like, a box? A glass box?
Right. Seriously.
No, it's a phone booth.
Right? Didn't you're like, come on. Fucking Maroon 5 wrote a song about one.
Right.
No, they did Payphone.
Did you like the sequel of that?
Dude, Bogus Journey? Hell yes. Yeah. Bogus Journey had the better soundtrack.
When they went to hell?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Dude, Bogus Journey had the better soundtrack. Like
I was just talking to Stephanie about that today.
Stephanie?
My ex.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and she was saying how much that the Bogus Journey scared her. Because she was younger then, of course.
Yeah.
You've got like scenes of hell and the devil.
Right. Oh, dude, it's the devil. What do we do? Sign of the devil.
Right. They're so fucking clueless, but that's what makes them lovable.
Right. I am Denomalous. Best of 7? Damn right. Their whole bargaining with death, that was the best.
What were they doing? Like rock, paper, scissors?
They did all kinds of games. They played Twister and like Stratego. They was like crazy.
Guess who?
Guess. Yeah, dude, it was fucking hilarious. Dude, I looked it up I was looking them up on iTunes because I want to buy them, but I'm going to have to wait for a bit because they're still $15 a piece.
The movies are?
Yeah, on iTunes.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're going to have a new generation of people saying wild stallions. And,
oh, yeah. Totally.
San
Dimas High School football rules.
San Dimas, right.
Yeah, dude, I can't wait. Because like the picture that I put up was from the movie.
The still?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not a still. But it was just like, it was Bill Winters or Alex Winters and Keanu Reeves in a phone booth.
Like this.
Pressed up against
Trapped.
it. Yeah, dude.
Right.
It was dope. I am so stoked for that.
Makes you wonder what famous people they're going to go back in history for.
Oh, I know, right?
Right.
Seriously. Or are they going to go to the future?
Or maybe the future.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's why we need Eddie Van Halen.
Right.
So.
Well, like so many in the past 2 years, so famous people have died.
Yeah.
Especially 2016. That
Dude,
was
16 was the bitch-ass year. Dude, that year can suck a dick.
Straight up.
Right. So
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I'm stoked about Bill and Ted 3.
You know what else I'm excited about? Which I've only made it through half an episode. But For Whom the Bell Dings.
Oh, yes, thank you.
That whole concept is
pretty fun.
Awesome. I grew up every Saturday morning watching that show. Saved by the Bell.
I'm watching them all for the first time. So what Brian? Why am I calling you Brian?
Carlos.
Well, I'm thinking my brother.
Brian Vandercourt.
No, Brian Valancourt. No, I am not. But hey, Brian, what's up? No, actually, I'm thinking about my brother-in-law for some
Call
reason.
you Jesse.
Yeah, right, Mr. Pinkman.
But
no,
I meant Wheeler.
Yeah, it's Jesse Wheeler. I know it's Jesse. What's up, Jesse?
Hey, Jesse.
The only two avid listeners we got.
Right.
Everybody else, please let us know who you are. We love you. But yeah, so I'm a fan of this podcast called The Inglorious Bastards, right? What's up, Matt? Brad.
You're not only a fan, but you're actually in this exclusive.
Yeah, I'm in their pub. It's their Patreon community. And Michael, sorry, didn't mean to leave you out, Michael. And through the pub, I've just met a bunch of cool ass people. And one dude that I've met, his name is Ian, and he's in Ireland. Like straight up in Ireland.
Like has the accent and everything.
Oh yeah. Like he's got it, dude. And then this gal named Nicole, who is in Colorado.
Okay. And
Ian put up on the pub one day, he's like, hey, I'm thinking about doing a Saved by the Bell podcast. Is anybody interested? I'm like, dude, I'm in. And Nicole was like, yeah, I'm in too. And so we've been able to kind of coordinate here recently.
And how long before they found out that you hadn't even seen one episode?
Oh, dude, I put that out there on Front Street. I'm like, I've never seen an episode. Like, I've seen bits and pieces here and there, but I've never really sat through an entire episode.
And you've seen how many so far?
Just 2.
Okay.
Just 2. So yeah, we put up the 0 episode 2 weeks ago. And that's just us, like the introduction, kind of like what Pop Goulash did on their 0 episode,
right.
On our 0 episode. And we put up our season 1, episode 1. I think we'll probably end up doing them in seasons just because it's going to be the easiest way to do it. So we just recorded season 1, episode 2 today. So
you going to Netflix for this?
No, actually, I bought the Blu-rays.
Oh, did you?
Or not Blu-ray, DVDs. I got the DVDs on eBay for
you
like
got the box set?
$5. Yeah, for season 1 and 2, I got that for like $5. And so we're sitting down, we're doing that, and it's crazy that we're able to like coordinate our schedules like across 3.
He's what, 7 hours ahead?
6, I think.
6, okay.
So yeah, I think he's like 6 or 7 hours ahead of us. So
and then she's an hour back.
Hour behind. So
right.
Yeah, so not only are we working with 3 different time zones, we're on 2 different continents, and we're able to get it done. Like this morning, we recorded at 6 a.m. our time just to get it done.
5 a.m. her time.
Yeah, and it was like noon his time. And like it got to the point where something fucked up happening when we were recording, and we couldn't hear him at all. And he rebooted, he did everything he could do, and we're like, fuck it. So we're like, all right, I'm gonna shut down. He's like, I'm going to bed. We'll talk later or something. And we ended up finishing it up at like 5:00 tonight.
Wow.
So like 11 hours later, we're like, yeah, 11 hours went by, and I'm like, yep, I'm still in my pajamas. I still haven't taken a shower, and I still haven't brushed my teeth yet. So, but yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. It's an interesting show. So I do highly suggest you check it out. I am not the host of it. I'm merely a co-host. Ian,
which is fun.
Yeah. The pressure is off of me. The only thing I really have to do is watch the episode and talk shit, which I've been doing.
Which you do good at.
Yeah, well, that's all I can do is talk shit.
So far, though, with 2 episodes in, who's your favorite character?
None of them.
I mean, it's really centered around Zach.
Yeah.
He's the heartthrob.
Right.
But you don't like Screech?
He's
a
annoying.
dick.
You know what though? He did get a good zinger on Zach on the second episode today. Like he called him a tool or dimwit or some shit. It was pretty funny.
Yeah. I didn't like AC Slater.
Mario Lopez.
Fucking asshole.
Well, the first episode had Casey Kasem as a guest star.
Yeah.
So I'm like, wow.
I guess if you're going to kick off a series, and back then Casey Kasem was a shit.
Was he, though? Like, he was.
Everybody knew the top 10 countdown.
Yeah, the top 40. Yeah, Casey's top 40.
Yep.
But still, like, Ian had no idea who the fuck Casey Kasem was. He didn't give a shit about America's Top 40. There was no America's Top 40
So
in
he's
Ireland.
a fan of Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
And that humor transferred?
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, it's American humor.
Well, you could say the same thing about British humor.
Yeah, but British humor is very dry.
Right.
American humor is very slapstick. And Saved by the Bell is definitely slapstick.
American humor would be Chris Farley.
Yes, very much so. But then, like, looking back on it, we're looking at the series now through, 20... Oh, God, the first episode was in 89. So we're looking at almost 30 years ago.
Wow.
That Saved by the Bell came out. So we're looking at these episodes now 30 years later through the eyes of grown-ass adults watching a show that was made for tweens and junior high schoolers. But just the weird, like, misogyny and weird racism and all kinds of weird shit that's popping up. We're like, and we call it out. We call it as it is. But, like, there was, like, this scene.
But it was, like, acceptable then.
Yeah, it was weird. Like, there's a scene where Zach and Slater are fighting over Tiffany Amber Thiessen, and, like, one of them, like, literally grabs her. Yeah.
Like back and forth?
No, like, he grabs her and pulls her close to him. What the fuck? And, like, Screech is all, like, screechy. Like, it's fucked up, dude.
Like, weird pervy?
Yeah. Yeah. And, like...
Which, of course, he was in a porno later on.
Yeah. Well, he also stabbed a dude, too, so...
He's in Wisconsin.
Yeah, I know. Milwaukee, right outside Milwaukee.
We should reach out to him.
Dude, he'd do it for... like they're having somebody forwarded me. They're doing a Saved by the Bell trivia night in Chicago soon. And he's hosting it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
They did a pop-up called The Max in Chicago,
It's still there.
Is it?
I think so, and they're going to open it up in L.A. now, too. So, but...
I want to say it's somewhere close to Wicker Park.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and then they're like the episode that we just watched focused on Lisa Turtle and the one non-white person in the show. Like
the token black girl.
Well, no, Mario Lopez is obviously Hispanic, but... like, it was weird. Like, she, like, the whole thing was like, everybody got good grades except for Zach because he was an idiot. And,
It's funny, though, because you would expect that from AC Slater, being an athlete.
Well, they never mentioned what he got.
Right.
They mentioned that, and I keep calling the blonde girl Kelly?
Kelly Kapowski?
Yeah,
she had the black hair.
No, that was Jessie.
No, Jessie Spaniel had the perm.
Okay, that's the one. I keep calling her Hooters girl for some reason.
She was in that awkward sex scene in that movie.
She was in several awkward sex scenes in that movie.
Striptease. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, but like she got good grades, so her parents got her flowers. And then Tiffany Amber Thiessen got good grades, so her parents got her ice cream. And Lisa Turtle got good grades, so her dad gave her credit card to go out and buy to go buy clothes. And she runs up like a $380 bill without even thinking about it.
Which was a lot of money.
Dude.
In 89.
Yeah. Ian did the conversion on it.
What was it?
It was like $780 in like 2018
Conversion
dollars.
with like inflation and everything.
Yeah. It was like almost $500 or almost $800 in 2018 dollars. And like the thing that was crazy about it was like she's flipping out, and Zach obviously has this like, oh well, we can help you get this money back.
Right.
So he starts selling off raffle tickets to dudes for $1 a piece to kiss her.
To kiss Lisa Turtle.
Yeah, like he's just whoring her out. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, dude, times have changed, son.
Yeah, they have.
So
And I don't know if you've seen his phone yet, but he does have a phone.
he has not busted out the cell phone, like the brick phone.
He has the brick phone, yeah.
So yeah, I think those episodes drop on Friday.
Yeah.
I think, or I don't remember. I don't know.
I think that it's a good companion to this podcast.
It can be, yeah, for sure. But it's called For Whom the Bell Dings.
Listen to one, listen to the other.
Yeah, right. Fucking check them out, man.
Maybe you're sweet with your sour.
Right.
Did you like that picture of me and Mr. Belding?
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. That was very crazy. Like, what was he doing? Where were you?
Okay, so we were at King County Cougars game.
Really?
Once a year we go. We run out a corporate box.
Right on.
Big company get together. And he was going to be a guest there that night.
Okay.
He came out and did the first pitch and all that good shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they had Saved by the Bell trivia going on the whole time on the big screen.
Right.
So we get towards the end of the game, and there's a knock on the door. And Ozzy the Cougar was in there earlier. He's their mascot.
Mm-hmm.
Door opens. It's fucking Mr. Belding, dude.
That's crazy.
I lost my shit. I was like...
Holy the fuck.
Yeah, because, I mean, growing up, you're watching all this.
Yeah.
And you're like... If somebody were to say, hey, one day you'll be hanging out with Mr. Belding, I'm like, no, come on, that's crazy.
Right.
So he comes in. He's funny. He does his laugh. He tells one of us to go to the principal's office and, like...
He's riding that Belding.
Yeah, pretty much hams it up for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then heads out, man.
That's crazy.
It was so bizarre.
That is very bizarre.
I mean, a lot of we've got younger employees, too.
And they're like, who's this old man?
Pretty much, yeah.
Really?
My kids were like, Dad, who was that?
You're like, dude, go to your room.
Now I'm like, oh my God. It's Mr. Belding.
That's nuts. So yeah, so if you get a chance, man, definitely, all of y'all out there, check it out. It's a fun podcast. I think we're trying to keep it to like 40 minutes, 45 minutes or so. We're not trying to
bite sized.
Yeah. I mean, fuck, each episode's only 30 minutes long, so but me and Ian has yet to learn how to wrangle us in. Like, Nicole and I just fucking go off on these weird-ass tangents. And, Ian's just like, there's one, like, today, we were talking about something, and you can just hear Ian's nervous laughter in the background. Like, oh, shit.
Like, come on, guys.
Yeah, right? I'm like, dude, you have to reel us in, dude. Especially me, because you know me, dude. I will just go off on a rant and just not even stop. So... You're
very gregarious.
Antisocial extrovert. So, but yeah, man, it's been crazy, dude. It's been very crazy. So, and it's surprising, man, because like I've been joking too, because it's like, yeah, I can coordinate with two people on two continents, but I can't get these two motherfuckers in the room together at once.
Hopefully, it'll happen soon. There's a certain magic that happens when we're all three together.
Seriously, dude.
Seriously. We're good.
Yeah, and Dana and I are good together, but like when the three of us are together,
when you get a threesome,
like we're together, man. Damn. We're like not together, but when we're together,
we last long. We last longer.
We love you long time.
Cold cock, long time.
That shit has not moved from the table at all.
Ever since that one night.
Yeah, dude. Did you try it?
I did. Yeah.
Oh my god. Like.
I had it in a cup that had like a bunch of other shit in the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
Been on that back bar.
Yeah. I think I watched that. I think. Maybe.
So I always love to kind of see where people's careers took off after something like Saved by the Bell. So Zach has been in like a shit ton of like
TV shows, and stuff like that.
Cop movies,
or
cop shows, stuff like
one-off things here and there. Yeah. Mario Lopez has been doing daytime TV.
Yeah, and he was actually on. He was doing, what was that one show? Extra. Yeah. He did that.
I think he's still doing that.
Is he?
Yeah, I think so. Fuck, man, it's a paycheck.
I haven't seen Lisa Turtle on.
She had, from what I've heard, she had some kind of mental breakdown, like legit in real life.
Though that happens to a lot of Hollywood.
But she's still acting, but she's doing a lot of producing.
I mean,
and
how old
now.
was she when she was doing that? Like 14,
they were all
15?
like 15, 16. Well, chances are they're probably all in their 20s. But
of course.
So, but yeah, she's doing, because I've been doing a lot of IMDb and stuff like that. But she's still acting here and there, and she's doing a lot of, like I said, a lot of production. She's a producer and stuff.
Screech was doing stand-up.
Yeah, and until he started stabbing bitches at New Year's Eve parties. Tiffany Amber Thiessen is still doing, I think she's doing a lot of Lifetime and Hallmark movies.
Yeah, she was on a Stern episode last year.
Was she really?
Yeah. I keep confusing her with Candace Bergen. Not Candace Bergen, from Full House.
Stephanie?
No, Candace from Full House.
Yeah, Candace Cameron.
Cameron, yeah, thinking she's married to a hockey player when she's not.
Right.
Pavel Bure.
Yeah, and then what's her name?
Jessie Spaniel?
Yeah, she hasn't really done much since
there was so much hate on that movie.
Oh God. Well, it was a shit movie. It was a real shit movie.
You know what blows my mind? I'm going to sidetrack here for a second. RottenTomatoes.com.
Mm-hmm.
Paddington Bear 2.
Yeah.
100% rating.
Yeah, dude, I hear they're really good movies.
The first one I saw, and that's like 98% rating.
Yeah.
That's not easy to do. Who is this? Oh, wow.
Tiffany Amber Thiessen today.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, dude. Not a fake.
Is it? Oh, it's not a fake?
No.
I was just going to ask you that.
I mean, I have no way to verify that, but
I like this one a lot, too.
word, son.
Wow. It's, you know who else I always wanted to see was, who's the boss?
Alyssa Milano?
Alyssa Milano.
Dude,
yeah.
just watch
I had
Poison.
a crush on her, dude.
Watch Poison Ivy. Yeah.
The movie or?
The movie.
Okay.
She was in...
But you were like referencing Batman character.
No. She was in a movie called Poison Ivy, and she was all kinds of naked in Poison Ivy. She got kind of naked in a few movies, like
Isn't
in
that
her
the
younger
great
days.
thing about having crushes when you're younger?
Right,
They stay in movies and you grow up and you get to see them naked finally.
Right.
Right.
Oh, that's hilarious. But yeah,
But how awkward would that be if you had a friend that was like that did porn?
that would be interesting, actually.
Right?
But like, I don't...
You're like, I've seen you naked and I've seen you do things, and here we're talking about coffee on a Sunday morning.
Right. Like, like, how could you just sit down and drink coffee with me in the morning when I saw a dick go in your ass? That's just the weirdest thing.
When I worked at Starbucks, we used to have this lady. It all ties together, I promise.
Sure.
She was probably in her early 40s, but she would huge fake tits.
Yeah.
Tracksuit, blonde hair. She had this locket that she would wear around her neck.
Oh, she was a stripper.
And I'm like, where did you get that necklace? Obviously, because she caught me looking at her tits.
Of course. Nice necklace.
Right. So she's like, oh, I was in Playboy. Apparently, you get a necklace, and if you're in an issue, something like that.
Really?
Then she says, I've got a website. Here's my card. So I had a moral dilemma at that point because she would come in every other day.
Right. You're like, do I look at you naked? Do I not look at you naked?
So I had
Will
my
Jesus
friend,
be mad at me if I look at you naked?
I had my friend look at the website
Yeah, you
and
pussy.
then report back. I don't think she ever came in after that.
Well, you were married at the time too, weren't you?
I was. So I'm just saying it would be an awkward situation if you were friends with somebody that did stuff like that.
Yeah, I remember working...
Or it'd be really cool.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Well...
You were working where?
When I was working at Kiss the Sky, a bunch of the girls from the Geneva Gentlemen's Club used to come in and buy CDs from us all the time.
And does that place still exist?
It does not.
And had you ever been there before then?
Not before they started coming into the store,
but
no.
you knew that they were strippers.
Yeah. I mean, they were bikini strippers. It was a juice bar,
okay,
so
gotcha.
it wasn't even a juice bar. It was back in the day when you couldn't have like full nudity and alcohol.
So they just had their tops off, serving drinks?
Not even that. Like you would, you'd go in there and they'd strip down to a bikini and you'd give them $5 and that was it.
That's not fun.
It is when you can't really buy when you're not 21 yet.
Yeah.
So.
And they've got really good steak, right?
I don't know. Don't eat food at a strip club.
I see those advertised. There's one called Blackjack's on the way to Elgin.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes from the house.
And it's always like, area's best prime rib or some shit like that.
That's weird.
Only $9.95.
I only went there once. I think I went there for like my 22nd or 23rd birthday or something like that. And it was underwhelming, but we were all poor at the time. We had like enough money to get us in the door and couldn't really do much with it. Right. And that was at the time when Blackjack's was still like a bikini bar as well. So because they hadn't passed the like you can have liquor and show titties. So that was back in the day.
I went to one in college called the Admirals Club.
Oh, downtown Chicago on Lawrence, yes.
Yep. And that was full nudity.
Oh yeah. And it was open until 4 a.m.
It was, and I remember like
and it was glorious.
Well, it was, but it was also a little bizarre because you'd be hanging out in between dances and stuff like that.
And some chick's got her tits in your face.
Walk up to you completely naked.
Yeah.
Talking to you like normal.
Right. Like, hey, what's up? You're like, eyes?
Yeah. I'm
like, what's the etiquette in that situation?
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, they used to have the Diamonds in Aurora, or in St. Charles as well, West Chicago, St. Charles. Right across from the airport.
I think I remember that, right.
Yeah, it got leveled, and then they turned it into a waste management site. But that was one of those places that, like, I'm surprised that, like, it was always busy. Like, crazy busy.
I give that a 6.
Yeah, it was weird.
There was one recently, maybe in the last couple of years, that was built right next to a church with nuns or something.
That's awesome.
And they were basically picketing and, like, protesting to have it shut down.
Really?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Sister Mary Catherine's going over there for a little extra side,
Makes you wonder if they had one dancer that was specifically dressed like a nun.
That's funny. Or they had a nun that was secretly working as a dancer.
Yeah, that's true.
Hold me closer, tiny dancer.
Oh, when I think of nuns, I think of the Whoopi Goldberg movie, Sister Act.
Oh, yeah. Or
there was a hot one in there, actually.
Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit.
Yep. The blonde?
Yeah, I don't remember. Kathy Najimny was in that, too. She was like the heavier...
Who was the bigger one? The heavier set.
Yeah. Yeah, she also did the voice of, I want to say, Peggy on King of the Hill.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. And in the second movie, Back in the Habit, Lauryn Hill was in that.
That's right.
Yeah, young Lauryn Hill.
Because it was like a charter school.
Yeah.
And she was one of the girls that would... Tevin Campbell was in there, too.
Was he?
Yeah.
I know he was under Graffiti Bridge with Prince, but I didn't realize he was in Sister Act 2.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Either the second one, yeah, because the first one was all about Whoopi.
Yeah. In like her being a Vegas singer and yada yada yada.
Right.
So, but yeah, those are actually pretty decent movies. Actually, before Whoopi got on her whole political high horse with The View. I don't want to hear about anybody's political opinions.
Did she date Robert De Niro at any point?
I don't know, but he does like the sisters.
I'm almost certain she did.
Yeah, well, she did date Ted Danson, too.
That's right.
Until he went out in blackface and she dumped his ass. She's been married like 5 times.
Ted Danson, Cheers.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. Man, there just aren't... Do you have any shows that you can think of right now that are on TV that would be sort of a callback to that time? I mean, besides Stranger Things. But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, like those weird family
like Married
comedies.
with Children. Cheers.
You know what? Actually, I think The Middle on ABC.
Not Malcolm in the Middle?
No. Just it's called The Middle, and it's got Patricia Heaton, who was Ray Romano's wife on there's Everybody Loves Raymond, and Neil Finn, who played the janitor on Scrubs. He plays the dad.
Oh yeah.
And they're husband and wife, been married forever. They got 3 kids, and the show's been on for like 7 or 8 seasons now. And it takes place in the middle of nowhere, Indiana.
So it's Midwest.
It's kind of like
blue collar.
Yeah, it's like the new Roseanne, but not as like risque. It's a pretty safe new Roseanne, and it's actually a pretty good show.
It's Always Sunny? Did it have that type of feel?
No, It's Always Sunny is totally different, dude.
I've not seen one episode of that.
Dude, you need to watch It's Always Sunny. I've watched like 4 or 5 seasons of it. Dude, it's fucking hilarious. Especially after season 1. Because Danny DeVito was not in season 1 as Frank. Season 1's pretty good, but like
he's so underrated, don't you think?
he is. Yeah, he plays a scumbag so well. Yes, he plays such a fucking scumbag in that show. Like, dude, it's so fucking funny, and like
So
it's just a great cast.
It's a bar.
Yeah.
In Philly, of course.
It's two guys in Philly. Yeah, they. It's like three guys own this bar in Philadelphia, and it's like an Irish pub called Patty's, and one guy and his sister who's the blonde, and their dad is Danny DeVito. How that fucking
hell?
Yeah, Frank is their dad, and God damn it, it's such a funny show. I think they're all on Netflix for the most part. And I think they're still going, too, despite the fact that the one chick is on, what is it, the Murph or the Mac or whatever it is on Fox as well.
Wow.
But, dude, it's a funny fucking show. Like, the shit that they get themselves into. Like, there was one episode where they're like, gas was really cheap, so they put a bunch of gas, like they went and bought like 50-gallon barrels and pumped all this gas into there to like sell it on the black market. It's like, what the fuck is this? Like, it's just that kind of harebrained like money-making schemes. Like there's one.
Danny DeVito sort of the driving force behind that?
No, but he's definitely like a power player.
Wow.
For sure. There was one episode where oh God, what's her name?
The blonde?
The blonde and her brother get strung out on coke.
What?
Yeah, dude. Or crack. They become crackheads. Like, I don't know how they ended up getting hooked on crack, but they became crackheads for an episode.
Arrested Development. I've never seen an episode of that either.
It's very Arrested Development in like how it's shot and like the nature of the show. But where Arrested Development is zany yet intelligent humor, like, but very family-ish friendly. Like, It's Always Sunny is not at all. Like, it's intelligent.
So what would you recommend I start watching first of the two?
There's fewer seasons of...
It's Always Sunny?
No. There were only 4 seasons of Arrested Development.
Oh.
So you could probably blast through Arrested Development pretty quickly. Arrested Development's brilliant. It's fucking brilliant.
So do you want to start a third podcast?
Dude, and they're currently right now filming season 5 of Arrested Development. Mm-hmm. Yeah, season 4 wasn't very.
Is it the same type of? There's no plot line like Seinfeld.
No. There's definitely like every episode kind of feeds to the like you need to watch it from the beginning to the end.
Okay.
Like you can't just dive into the middle of the season. Like you can, I suppose, but every season, like all the episodes link together. There's a narrative through all the seasons.
I'll start there. That sounds good, man.
And the best part is like at the end, and Ron Howard does the narration in every episode.
The director?
Yeah.
Really?
Dude, he was an actor for years.
I didn't know that.
Dude, he played
Ron Howard, so didn't he direct Titanic?
No.
I know he directed some pretty big movies.
Yeah, like The Da Vinci Code and all of those movies. Like Ron Howard's a very prestige, like.
So what are some movies that he would have been in that I would have known?
As an actor?
Yeah.
He really didn't do actors. He was in Happy Days.
Okay.
He played Richie Cunningham, the redhead.
You're like, he was in Casablanca.
No, he was not. No, but he was Richie Cunningham in Happy Days.
Did that redhead have like curly hair?
No, you're thinking of Ralph Malph.
Okay.
Don't tell me you haven't never really watched Happy Days.
I've seen Happy Days, but that was when I was younger.
But yeah, no, he was
whatever, dude.
Well, did you watch the Andy Griffith? Did you watch Andy Griffith?
You've seen the whole entire series of Happy Days
for the most part. Come on, dude, they were on Fox like every day, like 2 episodes a day when we were out of school.
You watched a lot of TV, didn't you?
I did watch a lot of TV.
See, mine was more compartmentalized in different parts of my life.
Okay. But he was also in... Did you ever watch the Andy Griffith Show?
You realize that I was kept in a basement for like 10 years.
No.
Yeah.
You're full of shit.
Yes, I am.
But seriously, Andy Griffith Show, did you ever watch the Andy Griffith Show?
Yeah.
Opie? Andy Griffith's son?
Yeah.
That's Ron Howard.
Did you ever hear of Stockholm Syndrome?
Yes, I have.
That's how I got out.
Oh, the shit. So, but yeah.
Arrested Development. Okay.
Yeah.
This is where I will start.
And Ron Howard's daughter is Bryce Dallas Howard, who was in the most recent installment of Jurassic Park. She was the redhead.
Okay.
She was also in The Village.
That was a
M. Night Shyamalan movie. Yes,
that was a good movie.
She was the girl, the redheaded girl in that. That was Bryce Dallas Howard. And she was also in Black Mirror, which you need to watch.
Despite that her dad's Ron Howard, is she a good actress?
She's a great actress. Okay. Yeah, she's excellent.
Because, sometimes you get that shoe in because
you're in the industry. You get that nepotism, but no, right. she's got her chops, man. She's definitely a good actress, for sure. So, but yeah, dude, how did we get on that? Oh, Arrested Development. Definitely need to watch Arrested Development. I need to get back on watching It's Always Sunny, though, because seriously, there's like 7 seasons I haven't watched. That show is so fucking funny, dude.
Oh, dude, look.
Oh, don't worry. He's not going to drink much.
You put some on there and get him drunk.
All right, just blow him off.
I have a cicada on the...
It's not a cicada. Not a cicada.
What the fuck are these called?
It's a box elder bug, dude.
Would have been, would have been funny if I blew him into my own mouth somehow.
Right. Grayson's like, there's a bug. Daddy, there's a bug. I'm like, catch him. Put him outside. Fuck.
Next time we talk about it, I'll call it a cricket.
Dude, you can't drown those bitches. I have tried.
They stay on top of the water.
Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And I don't know why, but I am excessively cruel to them. But I think it's because I know they don't have an advanced nervous system.
Hence the hammer.
The hammer.
Right.
I put one of them in an Easter, like a plastic Easter egg.
What?
And every now and again, I'll just shake the fuck out of it. I'm an asshole. I'm a total asshole.
Imagine his perspective is like, oh, I'm fucked.
Right? What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? Yeah, I might edit that out. No, I won't. But yeah, it's crazy. I need to say a mantra or some shit.
It's a box elder bug. Who cares?
It's a box elder bug. There's 100 of them.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, dude. So, dude, went to Florida.
Yeah, I heard.
It's nice. Dude.
And you got a night all to yourself in St. Petersburg.
We did. It was dope, son.
Where'd you start out though?
We went to my in-laws' condo in
Orlando.
No, Bonita Springs.
Oh, nice.
Which is just south of Fort Myers, north of Naples. It's kind of like halfway between both. Right on the coast. It's really nice. So we spent some time there.
A whole week, right?
Yeah, we were down there for 8 days. 8 days. Flew down there. It was just nice. It was good to get away. Where my in-laws are, they've got this beautiful new pool with a bar. It was dope, dude.
A swim-up bar?
No, it wasn't a swim-up bar, but there was a bar at the pool.
But it's not open.
No.
Right. It's not all-inclusive type concept.
No, it's not an all-inclusive. It's not. But
the fact that there's a bar there is pretty awesome.
Yeah. And you can get food there and shit. And the kids loved that pool. Grayson was like, I want to go to the big pool. All right, buddy, let's pack up all this shit and go down to the big pool. So
put on the sunscreen.
Yeah.
Go down to the big pool.
Grayson's got a tramp stamp fucking suntan on his back. I don't know how it happened, but it's pretty funny. So we went down there, and then we went to we hung out there for a couple days, and then Kirsten and I just drove the car up to St. Petersburg, and we checked into this tiny little hotel called the Avalon.
How far away? Like an hour or drive?
It's about an hour and 45 minutes.
Is it a small town, St. Petersburg?
St. Petersburg, yeah, it's biggish.
Okay.
It's like a suburb of Tampa. And
so would you say Plano?
No, it's more like
St. Charles?
No, not even that big, I would say. Maybe like a if Tampa was Aurora, even like Glen Ellen.
Okay.
Naperville. It's like a Naperville.
Oh, same type of community?
Yeah, real artsy, kind of some money in that community.
A lot of independent stores, not a lot of chains.
No, not at all. Not at all. So we checked into this hotel called the Avalon. And it's just this tiny little hotel. It was like this old building. It's been a hotel for years. It was like 100 years plus old. Tiny ass little room. I think our room was probably about the room of the Hood Cave here. And, but I mean, fuck, we were just there to sleep, whatever.
Among other things.
I will not confirm nor deny. So we we checked in. We went walking up and down the coast because it's right on the Gulf.
Your hotel was right on the Gulf?
Well, I mean, we were about 3/4 of a mile from the Gulf.
Still, that's not bad.
Yeah, not bad. We couldn't see it, but I mean, we were close. It was like we parked the car and didn't get back in the car for 48 hours. So we walked up and down the coast, and
they have a bunch of little shops.
Oh yeah, yeah, a lot of shops and restaurants. We stopped at this place. My cousin Megan used to live in St. Petersburg, so Kirsten and I stopped and got a drink at this bar where I met up with my cousin and her fiance, and we had a drink there.
Yeah, she said last time you went there, it just happened to be down there at the same time too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we, she just moved to my cousin just moved to Jacksonville.
Oh, okay.
So we did that, and then we went out to, we walked up. We just continued walking around. We went to this place called Pour. Oh my God, Pour. And I'll show you the
cocktail lounge or what?
No, it's like a tap house.
Really?
But they had along probably a 75, 80 foot wall.
Bunch of different taps.
Bunch of different taps.
Is this one of those things where you
wristband?
You go up and you get samples.
Yeah, you can pour as much or as little as you want.
Wow.
So you can sample all that. They had like 85 beers on tap. They had about 7 wines on tap.
That sounds cool.
2 taps for water. They had a tap for tea and a tap for kombucha.
They serve small plates?
No food whatsoever.
Really?
No, you can bring your shit in, but no food. And you just come in and you pay for you get you give them your credit card. They swipe it. They give you an allotment for 30 ounces on your wristband. You just walk around the taps and say, "Oh, that looks good." You put your tap on the logo. Or you put your wristband on the logo, and you just start pouring your taps. And then they charge
taster, you what, 3 ounces a taster?
No, not even that. You could pour an ounce, a half ounce, however much you wanted to pour.
And then it goes up to 30.
Up to 30. And you pay by the ounce. And each beer is a little different depending on the type of beer it is but where it came from. So I think Kirsten and I spent like $27.
It's not bad.
No.
And these are all craft beers?
Craft beers. And they're from all over. But I tried to stick and try as many local beers as I possibly could.
Of course, because you're down there.
Right. And before we did all that, we went to the Salvador Dali Museum.
She told me about that.
Dude. I don't give a fuck. Salvador Dali is my favorite artist, hands down.
Right. His art became more obscure the older that he got.
No, I mean, yes.
I think of him. I think of the dripping clock.
The melting clocks, yeah. The persistence of memory is what it's called. But yeah, he was a surrealist, and then he got away from the surrealist movement.
He was from South America?
Spain.
Okay.
Yeah, and he escaped to the United States during World War II.
Was he also the artist that used Cubism?
He did Cubism for a little bit, but Picasso was the one that was like the most popular. Well, I don't want to call him popular, but like if you think of Cubists,
right,
you think of Picasso.
Okay.
But he did Cubism he was a student of Cubism
That's
for a while.
If you think of Impressionism, you think of Monet.
Yeah, and he did some Impressionist work as well. The guy was a genius.
So were these original works?
All of them.
Wow.
And they were all curated by a family who just bought all this shit.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. He had a benefactor basically here in the United States that just loved his artwork, and this family just kept buying his shit, and they've curated an entire museum around it. Like, his stuff is amazing.
So I would imagine like the museum is set up as sort of a timeline of work.
Kind of, yeah, for the most part.
Okay.
For the most part, because it started off where like he did some Impressionist work of the town, the town that his family summered in. And it was on the coast, and it started from there in like 1914 or 19 something like that. And I'm like, man, I took a picture of it and posted it up in the pub. I'm like, this is something that Salvador Dali did at 14. By 14, I hadn't even mastered wiping my ass yet. Yes. I'm like, just to watch the progression. Like, his paintings got to be the point where they were photorealistic. Like, there's this one photo. Or this one painting that he did of like, it was like, there was like Christ crucified and all this crazy shit going on. And he always painted his wife as the Virgin Mary. Or a saint coming down. And then they're right in the lower left-hand corner. There's this picture of Dali. He's painted himself, and it looked like he just pasted a photo on there. Like, when he did his paintings, he used a brush. Like, his brush had, like, a camel hair brush that had, like, 1 or 2 hairs in it.
Wow.
To get, like, that infinite fine detail. Like, his shit was amazing. There was stuff that, like, you could look at it here, and it's one thing. Like, he did this one picture where it's kind of cubist to an extent, and you look up at it close, and it's his wife nude from in the back.
Okay.
And
yes,
she's looking out a window. And then you walk 20 meters back, and you look at it, and it's Abraham Lincoln. Yeah.
That was on purpose?
Yes. It was totally intentional.
How the fuck do you even paint shit?
How do you think of shit like that?
I know, that's crazy.
Yeah. Like, he was a genius.
So was this like a guided tour?
You could either take a guided tour with, like, there's a special name for the people that would take you through the tour, or
like a curator.
A curator. I can't remember. Kirsten knows the name of it. I took one of those tours the first time. This was the second time I've been to the museum. The first time was 10 years ago. No.
And they had more art in there.
15 years ago. It was 15 years ago I went down there. And it was a different museum, totally different museum, building. Like, I want to say they said in 2011, they built a brand new building and moved all the artwork into this new building, and the new building is gorgeous. The building is a work of art in itself. There's this whole wall where, like, it's kind of like this bubble out, and they said that all the windows were triangles to form this bubble, and they said no 2 windows are exactly the same measurements. And all the joists and the joints between them are all custom made as well. And there was like, who thinks of this crazy shit?
Right.
And, but yeah, so this was the second time I've been to the museum. And
if it were me, I'd just rent a room that's square and put all the shit on the wall.
Right here, look at the shit. God damn it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then they had the special exhibit that was going on that was actually really good as well. But yeah, dude, fucking Salvador Dali was amazing.
Is he the one that did the self-portrait of holding that, like, mirrored ball?
That's MC Escher.
Okay.
Escher's incredible, too. Like, the shit that he would think of was fucking crazy as
well. So what was the rarest, like, original painting you saw there that he did?
Probably the disintegration of the persistence of memory. And I'll show it to you. I've got prints of both of them. And basically, it's like the melting clock. And then there's one that he did after that, after the nuclear age.
Is it a big painting? The melting clock?
Well...
I mean, the canvas size.
Right. The persistence of memory, which was the first one that he did, is not big at all. You would assume that it would be huge.
Right, because of the detail.
This big. Probably 8 by 10, 12 by 14 maybe. Like, it was not big at all. Like, the same thing with the Mona Lisa. Like, you'd assume that the Mona Lisa is this massive painting. It's not. Like, the Mona Lisa is, like, this big.
It's like something you'd have in your living room.
Yeah.
Hanging up.
Yeah, totally. It's like a fucking portrait of your grandma. You know? So, yeah.
Awesome.
It's nuts, dude. But, yeah, I fucking love Dali, dude. Like, he did...
So did you spend a couple hours there?
3 hours. And I probably could have spent more time, but Kirsten's like, well, you should probably get going. I'm like, oh, fuck it. All right. But, yeah.
You've been to the art museum in Chicago?
Oh, I've been to the Art Institute a bunch, man. And there's some Dali stuff that's there as well. So,
yeah, they have different themes every now and then.
Yeah, and you know what? The God, I can't remember the name of the artist who they're doing the special exhibit.
They did have a Starry Night exhibit.
I know.
A while back.
I know.
Van Gogh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I was in Amsterdam right after I graduated college, where the Van Gogh Museum is. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah, I'm going to see a Starry Night, like, in person, right
It
here.
wasn't there.
No, it was in Chicago. Like, God damn it, I traveled all this way. I went to this fucking museum, and I could have seen it in my backyard.
You come back to the Art Institute in Chicago, and it's back in Amsterdam.
Seriously.
Right.
My luck. But yeah, but they had this artist, and God, hold on, let me see if I can find out what the exhibit is. Ducon, I can't remember. Dali Museum. All right, yeah, I know it's closed, bitch. But they gave everybody, you could get a free headset, and they'd give you like an iPad or an iPod. And
you go to each painting?
An iPod Touch, and not each painting, but there were certain paintings that were up on the walls where you could touch 2057, and it would tell you the story of the painting, which was really cool. And then they also had one that was every now and again you would see because Dali had this crazy mustache,
right?
And you would see the drawing of the crazy mustache, and it would have a children's tour, and it would have this crazy vocalization and blah, 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 it was totally acted out.
As if it were him giving the history.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So it was Duchamp, Duchamp. He was the other artist that they did this. It was Dali, Duchamp, and apparently they were contemporaries. Duchamp was way older than Dali was, but they were contemporaries. They respected each other's
both
artwork.
From Spain?
I can't remember. But he was one of these guys that would he took a stool, a bar stool, like that guy right there, and he put a bike wheel on it without a wheel, and that was his art piece. And it gave me a respect for that type of artwork going through this exhibit. Because it was an actual display. It wasn't like a painting. No. It was an installation, as they call it. Because when I went to the the last time I went to the Art Institute, there was some I go into the modern art exhibit because I prefer modern art. Impressionism is fine, all that old shit.
Modern art is fun.
Modern art is fun. It's crazy, But somebody had put a wire stand up and took a string of white lights, just plain, the Edison bulbs, and just draped it over this thing and had a pile of them on the floor, and that was their art. I'm that's not fucking art. That's just somebody who's lazy and didn't put their shit away. But after going to this Dali Duchamp exhibit, understanding now that's taking something that exists and doing something different with it, or taking something that exists and not necessarily doing something different with it, but making you see it in a different way.
Or invoking a certain emotion.
Yeah.
Right.
And that gave me a whole new respect for that type of artwork.
There's a museum on the north side of Chicago where the artist formed a cloud in the middle of the room.
I've seen pictures of that.
You walk in and it's a legit cloud.
Yeah.
Just sitting there.
Yeah.
Which is...
science!
Blows my mind.
Right. Yeah, I saw pictures of that somewhere. But yeah, that's crazy that they were able to do that.
I went to the Art Institute, to the modern art section too, they had one room. It was a big-ass room.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a tree on its side.
Yeah.
Like a giant tree.
Right.
And that was the art piece.
Mm-hmm.
The coolest one it was more interactive, is you walk into this room, there's one TV there, and there's a speaker here, and the TV screen is split, and you got one person saying all this positive stuff, one person saying all this negative stuff.
Oh, wow.
About you.
Really?
It's not real time, but it's, you're stupid. You're never going to amount to anything. And you're hearing both of these at the same time.
That's interesting.
It's amazing. You've got all these conflicted emotions just sitting in that room.
Right. Well, the cool thing about this Dali museum was that despite the fact that everything is so crazy and so layered, there didn't seem to be that pretentiousness that you can find at the Art Institute.
Oh, yeah.
I was watching this, I was looking, because they have this massive Jackson Pollock painting. And, Jackson Pollock's the guy that took the paint and just splattered paint everywhere.
Right.
And
he's famous for huge canvases.
Massive canvases. And I watched this guy.
Al Bundy played him in a movie.
Yes, he did. No. No.
It wasn't Ed O'Neill?
No, it was Ed Helms. Or not Ed Helms.
Ed Helms in The Office.
No, Ed... God damn it. All right, I'm looking it up. But his Ed, he was in a bunch of shit.
It was the name of the movie was Pollock.
Yes, it was. Ed, let me just look up Ed. Ed Harris.
Ed Harris. Okay.
It was Ed Harris that played Pollock.
Yeah, he has been in a bunch of movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And like there was this like piece, there's like this little thing of paint that like twirled. Like it was in like it was like this big splatter painting, and one little piece just like, you know, sometimes how like you'll fling paint and it'll like do a little twirl on it.
Canvas.
Yeah. And like this guy was like, well, if you look at this twist here, it shows that the artist was really, he was trying to convey his dissatisfaction with. I'm like, fuck you, it's a squiggle. It's a squiggle that happened. It's not an intentional like, yes, it's intentional, like that it hit the canvas in such a way, but it doesn't like represent something, at least as far as I can tell. It's a fucking squiggle. It's random. You know, like, don't come to me with like, oh, well, you know, this thing is, it tells the artist's soul and how like he feels when like his foot steps on the sidewalk when it's hot, and it brings about a feeling of social dissonance. Fuck you. It's a squiggle. Yeah. So
I always wonder, like, if I was an artist and I was doing crazy shit like Pollock, right, just fucking around, have it in an art gallery, blows up, like how much depth is actually there?
Mm-hmm.
Or if it's a situation where he's like, well, shit, this is taking off and this art's going commercial, I'm just going to keep this up.
Yeah.
Because everybody's saying there's some deep-ass meaning more than what's...
Right. All right, if that's what you think it means, fine. I'll take your $5 million.
Right.
You know, it's like that episode of The Family Guy back when they first started where, like, Chris, like gets famous for doing his artwork, and it's just a bunch of splatters and shit. Very Pollock-esque.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, they're like, what is this one? Well, mostly it's an expression of my teenage angst, but mostly it's a moo cow. You know, so like I dig art, but I don't really dig art people. You know. Yeah,
the I don't know what you would call the people that stand in a room with the like fucking security guards, basically, that monitor everything that you do.
Yeah.
When I was there, you couldn't talk loud. You couldn't take pictures.
Well, yeah, that goes.
There's some where they allow photography.
Right.
No,
yeah, the Dolly, flash. The
Dolly
Duchamp exhibit, you could not take pictures. The Dolly side, where it was just all his shit, you could totally take pictures all day long.
Right, but it was very rigid at the Art Institute.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can kind of understand that because you're trying to like, you don't want to ruin somebody else's experience. It's not like you're at a concert where everybody's like, yeah, fuck yeah, you know.
Even people are idiots at concerts.
Well, even there too, yes, but like I can understand, like, you know, I don't know, for whatever reason, art, you're like. It's a very personal thing, and like you take it in, you know, like
you have to absorb it.
You have to absorb it, and if you got some idiot that's going, "Hey, look at this one! Oh my God, there's titties on this one! Hey, Bob, come look at these titties!" You know, it's totally gonna ruin the experience for somebody.
Or somebody YouTubing the whole time.
Oh yeah, dude. Seriously, if I like, there was this one chick that was going by every painting at the Dolly Museum
doing a selfie
and doing a selfie.
What?
Craziest part about it was you could see. The paintings were washed out behind her because of all the lighting.
And did she use flash as well?
I don't even know. I didn't see her use a flash, but like I was like
How
standing.
How do you even experience something like that though?
Yeah, like fucking
put your phone
away. Put your phone away. Like I had my phone out to take the one picture of what Dolly did when he was like 12 or 14, and then I put my phone back in my pocket until like Kirsten was trying to get a hold of me because we got split up. But like, dude. They had this one exhibit where they took one of Dali's paintings and they rendered it in 3D.
Like it made it into a room?
Yes. No. You sat down.
Right.
They put VR goggles on you and headphones, and you could experience being in the painting.
No way.
Dude, yeah. And I'm thinking, and the entire time I was doing it, I'm like, dude, if Dali were alive today, imagine the crazy shit he would be able to put together, like in the 3D.
Was it? Were you expecting it to be as good as it was?
I didn't know what to expect with it. I was like, it's probably cool.
But did you find yourself completely immersed in it?
Yeah, like I've never done VR before, like that. Like I've done like dumb
like you could look around and see aspects of the painting.
There were some things where you literally had to turn your chair to be able to see.
Wow.
Yeah. And like there was this one where like you could look up and you got up onto the top of the statue and you looked down and like you got a little bit of vertigo looking down. It's crazy, dude.
What?
Yeah.
You wouldn't leave your chair though.
No, I'm seated. But you
have that perspective of looking down and seeing distance.
Yes. Yeah, you look down, you're like, well, what the fuck is going on here? So, yeah, it was cool, man. If you ever get a chance to get down to St. Petersburg, definitely go to the Dali Museum. Dude, there was a lot of cool shit going on down there, man. We went to this, we went to a brewery called Green Bench, and they had a lot of sour ales and saisons.
They're getting real popular.
Yeah, well, especially this time of year too. Like, you know, spring getting into summer, like sours are really getting popular because like they're refreshing. You know,
they are.
And so we went there, and we had I had a what they called a Florida IPA, but it was a black cherry sour IPA. Yeah, it was really fucking good. It didn't have the bitterness,
right? But
you got the sour and the black cherry. It was really good. So I bought a 4-pack of it and brought it back to my father-in-law.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I brought it to my father-in-law. I didn't bring it home. And then we got sushi at the sushi joint that was really fucking good.
See, if you're on the Gulf, that's where you get your seafood.
Dude, that's where I sent that picture of that Cuban for him. When you were like, fuck your Cuban.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, we went to this tiny, like we got up that morning. The next morning
So it was like a legit Miami Cuban.
Yeah. Dude, oh my God, it was so fucking good. And we got legit Cuban, like a Cuban Cubano, cafe con leche.
Served in a small glass?
No, it was a fucking cup, but
it was really good.
It was fucking legit.
Was it an actual Cuban restaurant or just something on?
No, it was a legit Cuban restaurant. Like there were Cuban people working there. And then we Kirsten got this like a stuffed potato thing that was deep. Oh my God, dude, it was fucking excellent.
That's the way to do it when you're on vacation.
Yeah, dude. And then we ended up. What did we have for dinner that night? That night we went to sushi. And then, we ended up at this Colombian place. So we went to this one Venezuelan. It was a Venezuelan restaurant, and or is it Argentinian? It was either Venezuelan or Argentinian. We went to this like little hole in the wall spot. Dude, it was so fucking good, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to get out more.
Dude, seriously, man.
Your life is so interesting.
Yeah, it's not that great, dude.
You're like, dude, that's 1 week out of the year.
Yeah, seriously. Like the rest of my year is all like. So I went to work today. That was fun. Yeah,
exactly.
You know, dude, look at these steaks that I made. Because my father-in-law
back home.
No, this was down there. My father-in-law's. We were down there for my father-in-law's birthday, so I made some fucking
ribeyes.
Oh yeah, dude.
Man, look how marbled they are.
Dude. And I cooked them like, kind of between rare and medium. Yeah.
I sound like I'm looking at porn, but look how tenderized and marble that is.
Yeah, dude. Seriously.
Did you just do salt and pepper?
A little bit. No, I did a steak seasoning on it. But that's just it. I put a rub on it.
And it's like butter, right?
Oh, dude, it was fucking good. Like I said, I cooked them in between rare and medium rare.
Did that run you about 30?
No, it was like $25 for the two.
Not bad.
No.
It's worth it.
So, dude, we got these veggie empanadas at that
Cuban restaurant?
At the Venezuelan place. So, but yeah, this is the picture here that Dali did when he was 14. Yeah. Seriously, could not wipe my ass at 14 properly. And just look at the detail in that tree. I gotta take a piss. Vamp. You might as well talk because it's just gonna be a bunch of dead space.
Oh, you're not gonna actually bleep this out. Okay. Well, you guys are forced listening to me for a few minutes, but that's fine. I'm looking at this picture of Salvador Dali. It's pretty amazing. Look it up. In the bottom left-hand corner, 1917. Salvador Dali. Picture of a village in Spain, looks like. It's pretty awesome. It's got good perspective, everything. Anyway, what the fuck? What's up, y'all? do a few shout-outs here while Reuben gets back. All right, so I've got this scratch card. Need your help. What country won the first ever basketball gold medal? Canada, USSR, Germany, United States. I'm going to go with USSR. B. This is Dunkin' Donuts, by the way. Let's see what it says here. Yeah, this is a really boring part of the podcast. But you got to deal with that when somebody's got to piss, you know? Nope. Who was it? No. I'll tell you the answer. Hey, you know what? Fuck it. This is stupid. If you're listening, I'm sorry. This is just shitty right now. Yep. Think I hear Reuben coming back, and he should be here in about 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. What is that?
That is the persistence of memory.
Yep.
I'm showing him the Dolly print that I got back in 2000.
Is the real one about that size?
Maybe a touch bigger.
Okay.
Yeah, it's small. So.
By the way, that minute or two that you were gone.
Yes.
Fucking boring on the podcast.
Well, it is.
Sorry.
What it is. Sorry, guys.
You know.
But, dude, what is Carlos eating?
What am I consuming?
No. It's our bit, man. What's Carlos eating? What's he putting in his face?
Dude, you know what I've been eating a shit ton of lately?
Hopefully not shit.
Salads.
Really?
Yeah.
The fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get healthy, man. 40 fucking years old.
Right.
Got 3 kids.
We'd like to see him, like, graduate college at some point, I suppose.
Well, not only that, I'd like to catch them. Like, if they're running away from me.
Right.
Not get winded when I'm walking upstairs.
Right.
You know, we got to develop some sort of... I could work on a theme song for this. I've got the program.
Right.
Software. What is Carlos eating? What's he putting in his mouth?
Right. Something like that.
How do you like that?
That's good.
Yeah.
Like, we could do... because we got to go with... we got one for Where's Dana Going?
Right.
Because she's always going somewhere. So...
Where's Dana going? Where's she going out?
Right. Why is she not podcasting?
Well, to answer your question, I've been trying to save as much money as I can. So, haven't gone anywhere, but yeah, this is... I wish I had something more exciting for you. I'll tell you what I will do. I promise. I'll go to a new restaurant that I've never been before between this and the next recording.
Right on.
And I'll write up a review on it.
Sweet.
All right.
Excellent. So what have you been consuming?
Okay. There we go. So I recently watched a DC movie called Justice League.
Ooh.
The new one.
And?
Have you seen it yet?
Yeah, dude. I went to the theater to see it.
Yeah. It was pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's a good movie, man. I enjoyed it.
It was. I you know, growing up between those two worlds of comics, like, I would say for sure that I was into DC Comics a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what made this movie so good. Like,
yeah.
You had Superman, which, I mean, who hasn't seen all the Superman movies growing up?
Seriously, dude.
Batman.
Yep.
Which was amazing. There's so many memorable Batmans.
Yep.
You had Wonder Woman, who she's just fucking hot.
Dude,
Gal Gadot.
Honestly, dude, Gal Gadot is just fucking gorgeous. Like it's
there's
one of those,
an intentional butt scene in that movie where it's like,
yeah, people like fucking harshed that too.
Whatever.
You know, it is what it is.
Yeah. And then you had Bionic Man. You remember him?
Yes, Cyborg.
Yeah, Cyborg. Yeah, sorry.
Well, it's weird too because Cyborg was only part of the Justice League since like 2010. He's always been, for the most part, a member of the Teen Titans. But in 2010, when DC did their New 52 reboot, he became part of the Justice League.
Have you seen the cartoon Teen Titans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, Teen Titans
funny.
Go?
Yeah.
Grayson loves Teen Titans Go. No, if you want to see a good Teen Titans cartoon, Young Justice, it's on Netflix. It's fucking excellent.
Is that going to show like a young like Batman and
No. It's the Teen Titans. It's like Robin and Cyborg.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
Aqualad and all those guys. So it's
my favorite character though by far in that movie was Aquaman.
Really? Yeah, dude. Yep. Jason Momoa was excellent as Aquaman.
Funny, and fucking just made the movie.
Yeah, I liked Ezra Miller's Flash as well.
He was hilarious.
I didn't like how he ran. He ran weird.
Yeah, he did.
He ran like
almost like he was learning how to be the Flash.
Yeah, or he ran like he had never really run before, and somebody had described him like he had a blind dude described to him what it looked like to run, and that's what he ran. That's how it looked like he ran.
He was the awkward, funny kid.
Yeah. It was good, man. I enjoyed it. Like I went to the theater opening night, and I saw it.
Really good.
Yeah.
The Nemesis in that movie was actually kind of scary looking.
Yeah, Steppenwolf.
Yeah, Steppenwolf.
Which was a interesting choice for them to use Steppenwolf. He's not like
one of the main ones?
No, not at all. Like he's like a sub-villain almost. So but that movie underperformed horrifically.
Well, what did it come out in the same weekend as?
Nothing.
So do you think it was just because it was a DC movie and not Marvel?
The DC movies have been plagued pretty badly.
Yeah.
Like with bad writing and like people are just like...
I thought this one was good though.
It was decent. Like...
I mean, it kept my attention the whole 2 hours.
Right. Like people hated Man of Steel because it wasn't Christopher Reeve's Superman where OG shucks and, there was a lot of like Superman not really giving a fuck about like collateral damage, but
right.
But for me it was like he was learning how to be Superman. Like when he finally donned the cape, he had been Superman for like a day. Shit's gonna go down. My big beef with Man of Steel was Superman killed Zod. Superman shouldn't kill anybody. And then Batman v Superman got a bad rap because Martha. Why did you say that name? I don't know, because both of you guys have the same fucking mother's name. But Batman v Superman, it was not without its problems, but it was a decent movie.
Amy Adams was cute in that movie too.
Yeah.
Justice League.
And then like Suicide Squad, like people shit all over Suicide Squad. I thought it was okay. I was entertained. That's all I want to be when I go to see a comic book movie.
Right.
I don't want to see like something moving the world. I want to be entertained. It was entertaining. Wonder Woman was a shining star, dude. Nobody has like bad shit to say about Wonder Woman aside from like the third act.
And they're setting up a sequel for Justice League. Did you stay till the very end?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I did, with Deathstroke coming through.
Right.
So, but yeah, like I enjoyed it. I thought it was decent. Aquaman solo movies coming out this year.
Oh wow. That's going to be
Jason Momoa. Yeah. But like DC just doesn't know what it wants to do with its cinematic universe. Which
is insane because there's so many Marvel movies coming out one after the other.
Right. Well, Marvel's also been doing it for 10 years. And DC's trying to shoehorn everything in. Like they're like trying to shoehorn in an entire universe within 4 movies. And you just can't do that. It had like Marvel happened completely organically. And they started off with a character that nobody thought anything of. Nobody gave a
Which was who?
Iron Man.
Right.
Iron Man 1.
Well, they built up a whole series around him.
Yeah. And you know what the crazy thing was? In the comic books, nobody gave a shit about Iron Man.
Right.
Like he was like
they did
sub-character
did you
number 3.
The Star Labs in Justice League?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was hoping for a cameo.
Yeah. But the sad thing is, like, their TV universe and their movie universes will be forever separate. But with DC, they have a multiverse. 52 universes.
Right. Yeah,
So,
if you have you ever seen the TV series Flash?
I watch them all, dude.
There's Planet X or Earth X.
Earth X, yeah.
Like all these different universes.
Well, like
and different variations of that superhero.
Right.
Across all those universes.
Absolutely. They in the comics, actually, they had this whole multiversity convergence thing that happened 2 summers ago. And that's kind of like, that's how they got all the universes together. And they actually even put out like a multiverse guidebook where they went through all 52 universes and like described what those worlds were all about.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, like DC just needs to have like, see, the thing is with Marvel, they've got Kevin Feige, who is the main producer of those movies. He had a plan to get from point A to where we are now. And DC, I don't think, has ever really had that. They're like, look, we've got all these awesome characters.
We've got, these flagship characters.
We've got all these flagship characters. We own the rights to all of our characters. We don't know what to do with them at all. And Marvel's just like, look, we don't have the rights to the X-Men. We don't have the rights to the Fantastic Four or Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. So let's just use what we got and kick ass doing it.
Make it really good.
Yeah. And then, with Civil War, they got the rights to start playing with Spider-Man. And right now, Disney's in talks and still in the works of buying out Fox's movie and television divisions. So that means that they can finally bring the X-Men back into the Marvel Universe. And they can finally bring the Fantastic Four into the Marvel Universe.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you, and I'm asking just because I don't know. If it's already been done, you can answer that too. But
sure,
is there ever going to be a day where we have a Marvel DC crossover?
That would be cool.
Yeah,
I mean, they've done it in the comic books a few times, but
as a movie,
I don't know, man. You got it.
Wouldn't that be so cool?
It would be very cool.
There'd be so many
oh my god,
characters.
Yeah, but you know what though? From what I've heard, like every time they've tried to cross them over in the comics, it never works. It just doesn't really work great. Like it's just. Meh.
You'd almost have to have Marvel be at the helm of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't think DC would ever let that happen.
No, not at all. At all.
Even their like one-off movies like Logan.
Logan was dope,
amazing.
Dude. Logan was fucking dope.
Yeah.
Like I even like all the X-Men movies, the ones that have been happening recently. I even liked X-Men Apocalypse, and people shit all over that movie. Mm-hmm. But I don't have ties to the source material enough to be like, oh, well, that really doesn't happen in the comic books. It has to have, I'm not that tied to the X-Men books. I don't give a fuck. The movie was entertaining, and it had Sophie Turner in it, so suck my dick. Also known as
Sophie Turner.
Sophie Turner.
Storm?
No.
Who was Sophie Turner?
She played. She was in Game of Thrones. The redhead.
Oh,
Ned Stark's daughter.
Oh yeah.
What's her name?
Obviously, I have a thing for redheads.
Yeah, it was.
She's hot.
God, what the fuck?
Caitlin Stark.
No, Caitlin was her mother.
I don't fucking know.
But you know who I'm talking about.
I know exactly.
Yeah.
The oldest daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's in the X-Men movies. She played Phoenix. Or she
played
played Jean Grey.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Yep.
And I like all those X-Men First Class movies. They've all been really good. I don't give a fuck. Don't even at me. Fucking Apocalypse was fun to watch. Suck a dick. So yeah.
Incredible Hulk is part of Marvel.
Yes.
Right? Yep.
Yeah.
Any obscure characters that you know about that would be fun to bring into a Marvel movie that maybe most people don't?
See, I'm not huge into Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are very few Marvel books that I actually read. I would really like to see them bring in Ms. Marvel, but I want to see them bring in the Kamala Khan, Ms. Marvel, who is the Muslim.
Okay.
I would love to see that. Like, G. Willow Wilson is writing the Ms. Marvel series right now. And those
Ms. Marvel?
Ms. Marvel, yeah.
It's like an offshoot of Marvel?
No, like an offshoot of Captain Marvel.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
Which is coming out next year, I think, with Brie Larson as Captain Marvel. And
you would think like there's such an oversaturation of Marvel movies that they would start losing some of their depth.
No, they haven't.
They've all been really good.
Dude, Have you seen Black Panther yet?
I have not.
Dude, take your kids tomorrow after church and go see.
See it?
Yeah, dude. Black Panther is amazing.
Have you seen it?
I did.
More than once?
No, I've only saw it the once. I just pre-ordered it on iTunes, though.
But it's amazing.
It's great. It's fucking excellent. It was an excellent movie. Like, it was one of those where I had middle of the day off. I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to see Black Panther. I had like 5 hours between appointments.
I was just talking to a friend yesterday that took his son to go see Deadpool.
Oh, really?
Because he didn't realize that.
It was an R-rated movie?
Exactly.
Dummy.
Yeah. Thinking Marvel superhero.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And if this merger with Fox goes through, Disney and the Marvel Studios gets Deadpool back too.
Because he was so cool if they made like a Marvel exhibit at Disney World.
Mm-hmm. They're going to.
That's awesome.
I don't know if they already have
like a whole park around Marvel.
Yeah, dude, they're building a park around Star Wars right now.
Oh man.
I know. I'm like, dude, I really want to take the boys to Disney, but I don't want to do it.
Disney bought out Star Wars?
Yeah, they bought out Lucasfilm. That's the last
man,
three.
George Lucas has got to be sitting on some fucking money.
$4 billion is what they bought Lucasfilm for.
And why the fuck didn't we pass a museum in Chicago?
Because taxes. And
still, do you know how much money that would have generated?
Yeah. Seriously.
That would have been cool as hell.
Absolutely.
Imagine walking in and seeing like the original Chewbacca suit.
Yeah, right. Well, I wonder if the original Chewbacca suit still exists.
It's probably in Peter Mayhew's like fireplace room.
Right. Sitting there with his old knocky knees.
Right. So I've been consuming that. Been consuming a lot of Impractical Jokers.
Yeah, we never finished that conversation.
It's amazing, man.
It's a good show.
It's really, really funny. I don't know if it's just because I'm older now.
Right.
But they're funny, dude.
Dude, it really
funny
takes the
hell.
idea of like the hidden camera show and turns it on its side.
It does.
Like, especially when you got somebody in your ear telling you to say like outlandish shit to people you don't even know.
Dude, like today it was like they were in a liquor store and there's this big black dude with a cap on. He's like, all right, I want you to go over there and throw a ping pong ball at him. And he's looking at the camera like, fuck you, I'm not doing this.
Right.
Throws it at him. Guy kind of looks around like, what the fuck's going on? He's like, all right, now I want you to throw 6 at him at once. But just some of the shit that they put them in is...
Right. Dude, the best
what
are...
makes it so funny.
Like the punishments at the end. Where like they get all their... Like they tally up who wins all the challenges.
Right.
And the loser has to do something awful. Like... I remember one time Sal had to go out into a baseball game. I think it was the first or second season. Sal lost like the first season.
Right.
Like, and they had him go out to
Sal's the bigger guy?
Sal Vulcano, yeah.
Yeah.
And he just seems like Sal just seems like a sweetheart of a guy too. Yeah. And he lost, and they went to like some minor league baseball game, and instead of going out like during the 7th inning stretch or something like that, he had to go out and sing a song. They're like, all right, you have to sing a song about butterfly homicide. And it was fucking hilarious, man, because he's just out there like making shit up on the spot about a butterfly homicide, and all the people are like, the fuck is going on?
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude. Or like they'll put him in a business meeting to like give a presentation, and all the slides are gone from the presentation, so they gotta make some shit up. It's a good show, man. It's a really good show.
Or they do the one where it's like, all right, you're going to be presenting, and you're not going to know what product you're presenting until you pull the thing off, and you have to just go with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's like that show and the Carbonaro Effect are like the...
Oh, dude. They're on True TV.
Yeah, they're like the 2 shows. If you turn it on True TV...
Carbonaro Effect is awesome.
One of those 2 shows is playing.
Yeah, I watch a lot of that too, actually.
Yeah.
So it was, it was my day, man. They had a whole marathon going of
nice
Impractical Jokers.
Yeah, and Murr is going to be at C2E2.
Is he?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, are you going?
I believe I am. That's Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
What about you? What have you been consuming?
Oh, God, dude.
I mean, you just talked about a lot of the art that you saw.
Yeah, I've been doing that, but I've been watching the Lego Movie.
Yeah, I saw you post that on Facebook.
And
you want to tell people what that post was about?
Oh, dude. Charlie Day, who is in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, plays the spaceman. the 80s spaceman Lego character.
Right.
And like every time like they're like, oh, we need to do this, and he's like, oh, I got it, we'll build a spaceship, and he starts building a spaceship, and they're like, no, that's what they're expecting. He kicks it and all the Lego parts fall apart. And then like he finally gets a chance to build a spaceship, and he's like screaming at the top of his lungs like, spaceship, spaceship, like he's like just so overjoyed with the fact that he gets to fly a spaceship.
Finally.
Dude, that movie, still to this day, that movie cracks me up.
Yeah.
Like it was one of my favorite movies the year that it came out.
Batman's hilarious in that movie.
Oh God, dude! And then we've been watching the Lego Batman movie too. I think Grayson has watched the Lego Batman movie at least 3 times this week, and the Lego movie about 2 times this week.
My favorite scene is when Wonder Woman's ship gets destroyed.
Oh, I'm trying to think.
You know, they're like, let's take the
invisible jet.
ship. Yeah, and then you see it like get destroyed.
Yeah, dude, that movie is so good. Like Chris Pratt's hilarious in it. Will Ferrell is hilarious in it.
Yeah, he is.
So we've been watching that. I started watching Coco today.
The
Pixar
Mexican
movie.
Pixar movie.
Yeah.
Voodoo. It's an interesting concept.
Yeah, dude, it's
centered around the Day of the Dead.
Yeah. I've watched literally half of the movie, and it's fucking excellent. I had to shut it off because Grayson was like, I don't like this movie. I'm like, why are you racist? Little fucker. No, I think it's a year or two older than what he's ready for at this point.
I mean, the character starts turning into a skeleton.
He does.
Yeah.
He does. But
I could see how that would kind of be a little scary.
I don't think Grayson picked up on that. It was just that it was not like zaniness going on the whole time. So I'll probably end up watching the rest of that today. Or tonight after you take out.
Nice.
So I've been watching that. I really haven't been watching a whole lot of stuff aside from those. Just trying to catch up on my fucking, CW superhero DC shows.
Yeah. It's hard to find time, man.
Dude, seriously, especially if your wife isn't into what you like to watch. So you got to wait until she goes to bed to watch shit. But you're usually passing out by like 9 o'clock at night.
Right.
So just been doing that, trying to catch up on my comics. As you can see, I've got
I saw them all out there.
2 massive stacks of shit that I have to read yet.
Are you doing that in preparation of C2E2?
No, it's just my usual my reading. I'm about 3 months behind.
So I'm sure I'll see you there.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna probably won't go up together. You're gonna meet your friend up there, right?
Yeah, I think Saturday Dana's gonna ride up with me.
And what's his name?
Eli.
Have you ever? You should have him come on.
I've been trying.
Would he drive out here?
No, Eli doesn't drive. He doesn't have a license.
Okay.
But it's one of those where like we're either gonna have to Skype him in, or I'm gonna have to go to the city for it.
Because I see pictures of him and I hear stories, and it's like
I know.
fun to have him on.
I've been trying, man. I guess we just got to peer pressure the fuck out of him when we see him on Saturday.
Yeah. Just drive out there and bring him back.
Right, or just drive out there and just do it at his place.
Yeah,
just pack up the equipment.
Bring your shit with you.
So
that'd be fun.
Yeah. So I've been trying, dude. I've been trying to get him on the show for a year, and it's just doesn't work out. But yeah, so yeah, the C2E2 Saturday. But no, that's just my regular pull list, man. It's all my shit that I just haven't had a chance to finish reading yet. But I've also been listening to a lot of Pearl Jam lately.
Have you?
Yeah. Like I've just been going back into the catalog again.
Let's see what I've been listening to here.
But I've been listening to I've listened to like the last 2 albums they put out, which I've shit on a lot. And their second to last album, Backspacer, is a lot better than I recall it being. The last album is good if you cut the last 3 songs off the album. The Lightning Bolt album. Been listening to what else did I pull up and start listening to the other day? Grave Dancers Union by Soul Asylum.
Have you heard of the band Alt J?
I've heard of them. I've never heard them.
So I've been listening to pull it up here. Vampire Weekend. You ever listen to them at all?
I've heard of them.
They're going to be at Lollapalooza this year.
I don't give a fuck about Lollapalooza. They can eat a dick.
Saturday's got some pretty good bands there.
I don't give a shit. I'm not going to Lollapalooza.
It's hot as hell.
And it's too many fucking people, and it's way too fucking expensive.
Well, how much is one day?
Too fucking
You're
much.
like way more than C2E2, and that's why I'm going to C2E2.
Exactly. I've probably paid more for a Pearl Jam ticket, but at least I know with Pearl Jam I'm going to get a good show.
I had a friend of mine that finally went and saw Hamilton.
Did you?
Yeah. It's fun when you can talk to somebody that's actually gone. What are you going to play here?
How does a bastard orphan son of
Is that Weird Al?
Scotsman dropped in the middle of a forgotten spot in the
Totally Weird Al.
Grow up to be a hero and a scholar. The $10 founding father without a father got a lot farther by working a lot harder, by being a lot smarter, by being a self-starter.
By 14.
They placed him in charge of the trading charter. Alexander Hamilton. My name is Alexander Hamilton. And there's a million things I haven't done. But just you wait. Just you wait. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. I am the one thing in life I can.
It's the Hamilton polka.
I am not throwing away my shot.
Yeah.
I am not throwing away my shot.
But yeah, Weird Al put out the Hamilton polka, and it's a.
Is it? Does he cover certain songs or the whole album?
Just certain songs.
Yeah.
It's way too much to do
Of course,
to the entire thing. In the
There's like so many songs on that.
yeah, but I thought that was pretty dope.
I've been trying to win the lottery ever since.
Dude, seriously, I keep fucking. Oh, god damn it!
I still can't believe I won twice in 1 week.
Yeah, I still can't believe you eat dicks too.
Yeah, fuck you. I would say Chicago has an excellent cast.
Yeah, they do.
But just seeing his pictures of the set and everything,
mhm.
like, man, I want to go back.
I think they didn't do a lottery for tomorrow.
No,
No,
I do. I play every day. Goes
As
up
do-
every day at 11.
As do I. Do you do the
See, if you've never been to any sort of Broadway production ever, and you think that's just stupid, please go.
right?
Download the app. Try and win the lottery.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've seen a lot of productions, and this one it's amazing.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude, it's so good.
The set is a very simple set.
Right?
You've got the rotating stage in the middle, but you've also got like a staircase that moves, and that's about it.
Right. Absolutely.
But they do so much with it.
Dude, do you do the Hamilton
Trivia?
trivia?
Yeah.
How many stars you got?
I don't know, let me check. You probably got like, what, 800?
No, not even close. I've been fucking up lately.
I don't have a lot because I got 6.
Just
But
6?
I mean, I haven't been playing a lot.
Dude, I do the trivia every fucking day.
How many do you have?
183. But you know how many I get wrong?
How many?
A lot. Like today's, I only got 1 out of 3. So.
It's fun to keep you engaged and into the story.
Absolutely.
You know?
And keep you connected to history.
You got a chum? I got a chum.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
A chubby chum.
What's chumming your waters, bitch?
For your butt pussy.
Ew.
What the fuck?
Dude, Carlos.
Why'd you just say that?
Yeah, what the fuck, man? We're going to have to shut this shit down.
Okay.
What's my chumming my waters?
I can tell you mine.
Butt pussy. That's chumming my waters right now. That's fucking disgusting, son. Butt pussy.
It's late. Anyway, yeah. How long have we been going? I don't want to end out on that note. I'll tell you what's been chumming me is on the way up here, man. There's always some douchebag in a sports car that's driving way too fucking fast and is way too impatient.
Yeah.
You know what I like to do to those guys?
Sit in front of them and go slow.
Nope. Get right next to another car and go the same speed.
Oh, yeah, you
right
box
in
them
front of
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
It's
Absolutely.
the best ever.
Yeah.
Especially if they get on your ass.
Oh, dude, it's the best. And then you like start slowly pumping your brakes.
I'm sorry. I'm still getting over that phrase.
What? Butt pussy? It's going to be the name of the fucking
Please
episode.
don't do that.
It's so the name of the episode.
You put butt pussy in quotes and put Mr. Hot Sauce.
Right.
Oh.
Oh. So, yeah, what's been chumming my waters?
Yeah, what has? I can tell you what's been chumming your waters. Trying to get your kid to bed.
Yeah, well, it's not been that bad.
Yeah.
No, him sleeping in my bed's kind of chumming my waters, though.
Box elder bugs.
Box elder bugs. Those bother my wife more than they bother me, though. Like, not that I'm, like, cool with living with bugs in the house, but, like, I don't know. Like, they're...
Over happy stewardesses on Southwest.
Yeah, made the flight entertaining.
Peanuts.
Yeah. Like, it's been not bad. Like, it's really, like, this last week or so, it hasn't been fucking...
What about people that have no fucking social etiquette whatsoever?
You know what? What about people who take advantage of your ass? Like, I had to buy a new television for this dude.
Did you go to Best Buy or where?
No, I went to Walmart. And, dude, I'm not going to be home, babe. Sorry, Kirsten sent me a fucking calendar reminder for something next weekend. I'm like, I'm not going to be around. You can do what you want.
You should let me buy that off you.
What?
Get the new one.
Dude, I'm still trying
I don't
to,
want to fucking spend money on a Series 2 or 3.
Dude, this is Series 1.
I know. That's what I want.
Dude, I keep, trying to convince my wife to let us, switch carriers and get new phones.
So you're buying a new TV for a friend?
Yeah, I'm buying it, no, for work.
Okay.
I gotta buy this dude a new TV, and he's like brand new, off the line. Fucking Vizio TV, which is not a bad brand for television.
No, I have a Vizio.
Like, when they first came out, they were shitty. They're decent TVs now.
Right.
They've gotten their shit together. So I buy him this TV. I install it for him. He seems happy with it.
This is some guy at work or what?
Yeah, it's a work thing.
Okay.
So I go back to this house because I had to fix something for my job.
Oh, okay. So without giving away the company or anything, this is a customer.
This is, yes.
Okay, gotcha. And you're,
Yes.
as part of the deal, you're buying him a TV.
Yeah.
Well,
just to appease him. There was no reason for me to have
Shit.
to buy him a
Come
TV.
buy me a TV.
Right. So I buy him this fucking TV. And I get to his house, and he's like, man, I can't do my screen share on this TV. This ain't the same kind of TV. I paid $300 for this other TV. This is a $198 TV at Walmart. Man, what you doing? So I finally,
Who the fuck says that when you buy somebody a TV?
Some ingrateful motherfucker. So, I'm like, all right, well, I'll talk to my boss. We'll get this figured out. So we finally get it, finally get him a TV where he can do a screen, share from his phone to the TV. It's a Samsung.
For what?
Because he doesn't have the internet. So he likes to use his smartphone and do a phone cast.
Because he has unlimited data.
Yeah.
Right.
To his TV, so he can stream movies to his TV.
Yeah. Shitty quality.
Quality.
When you're doing the screencast.
Yeah, he burns fucking, battery life and all that. So I pull the TV out of the box. He's like, man, that's a 32-inch or 28-inch. This TV is a 32-inch, man. I don't want no 28-inch TV. So I get pissed off at him. And I just, I get really curt with him. I throw it back in the box. I'm like, look, we'll figure this out one way or the other. I ended up having to buy him, like a $300 TV or $250 TV or some shit. So it was the same size, and it was this, and it had that. I'm like, bitch.
Screencast.
And it had screencast. And it was a smart TV. And he's like, man, that ain't even a smart TV. I'm like, dude, you don't even have the internet. I shouldn't have said that. It was kind of shitty of me for, but he ended up calling our office, and my supervisor got escalated because I was shitty to him. I shouldn't have been shitty to him, but...
How fucking ungrateful can you be, though?
Dude, seriously. We didn't have to buy him...
That's not normal.
No, we didn't have to buy him a new TV. Usually it's we'll cover 50% of the cost of the repair for the television. We don't have to buy you a TV. Fuck him. So...
How many customers do you get that are like that, though?
It's maybe one or two a year, maybe. Yeah. Fucking dickheads. Yeah. He's already taken us for, a lot of money already, too. There's been things that, he'll do. They offer him a little extra cash here or there, and he's been like, oh, yeah. Man, I didn't even get my money for that. And then, the office is like, he didn't get his money for it. So I'm like, all right, here's a gift card. Here's your money. And then I go to enter the gift card in later to load the funds onto it. I'm like, bitch, you already got a gift card and a check for this shit. What the fuck? He's running the game, dude. My manager finally saw it, though. So that's chumming in my waters, man. Don't be fucking ungrateful. Sit down, bitch. Be humble.
Especially when you're trying to help somebody.
Right? Hold up, little bitch. Sit down. Be humble. Oh. So yeah, that's chumming my fucking waters. Somebody's
see why.
Don't look a gift horse in the mouth, bitch. Motherfucker. Fucking.
And you got to bite your tongue the whole time.
Oh yeah, and I got to eat shit. Fucking ass pussy.
That's a
butt
new phrase
pussy.
we could use. Yeah.
You fucking butt pussy. So anyway,
Fuck him.
yeah, right. I don't want to be.
Watch him. He's the type of person that would undo all the shit that you did because he didn't like what it was doing to his TV and screencast.
That, or he'll undo all the shit just to get me back to the house so he can bitch about something.
Right, and the company has to spend more money.
Yeah. Fuck that. Next time some shit goes on,
that,
like
dude.
I'm gonna pull that fucking
People
shit.
try and run the game on you.
Dude, I've been
Like,
doing this for
legit.
I've been doing this 15 years, man. I know better. So, but anyway, I don't want to leave on a bad note.
No,
Dude, have you listened to that Kendrick Lamar yet?
The
Damn.
Black Panther one?
Oh, Black Panther's good. That soundtrack's good.
Damn, yeah, I love it.
Dude, it's such a good fucking record,
Yep.
man. Such a good
It's
fucking record.
actually the one I listen to most.
Right
when I'm
now,
driving,
yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah, dude. Although I can't listen to it when the kids are in the car.
No, but it's what's unique about it is every song is a little bit different. You know,
Absolutely.
even the intro is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
almost like a story that he's telling.
Mm-hmm. And then the crazy thing is too, like I was on Lyric Genius or Genius.com or whatever it is. It gets like so you can get the lyrics for your songs. And apparently some of the intros on the CD, on the physical copy, are different than the streamed intros. Wow. Yeah.
Did you see his performance at
I missed it at the Grammys.
Yeah.
Or it was the Grammys. No.
There was a lot of art and like symbolism in it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna YouTube it because I haven't had a chance to see it yet.
It's cool. It's a little like there's a lot of metaphor in it, but it's really cool.
Dude, he's a brilliant guy, man.
Yeah, he is.
So
straight out of Compton, yo.
Right. But anyway, all right.
All right. Well,
so for Pop Goulash this week, I'm Reuben.
I'm Carlos.
Be kind to one another.
Wild Stallions.
Butt pussy.
Hey guys, this is Dana from Pop Goulash. I wanted to make sure that you knew how to reach us. Find us on Facebook under Pop Goulash. You can also find us on Twitter at Pop Goulash. We also have a phone number, and we definitely want you guys to give us a call with your thoughts, opinions, whatever, show ideas. That phone number is 224-325-4235. And you can also shoot us an email at popgoulash42@gmail.com. Thanks for tuning in.